All right, everyone, we are live here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Have North Dakota girls wrestling duel tonight between the Central Cass Squirrels and Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon Broncos come in with this into the duel with a record of 5-3. Central Cass currently at 3-0 for girls duels on the girls' side of North Dakota wrestling. The Broncos started out their season on the 1st of December at the BPS out in Bismarck. Placed 11th with 67 points, came back on the 9th of December, wrestled Al Larson, placing 5th with 90 points. Went out to the Border Brawl, placed in 10th with 58 points, then came back for a series of duels, the 19th through the 21st. They lost to Carrington, won over Devil's Lake, then picked up a victory over Bismarck Century before being defeated on the 21st of December by the Bismarck Demons. Holiday break, they wrestled at the Rumble on the Red for the Broncos. And they placed 9th, scoring 75 points at the Rumble on the Red. They had a couple place winners out there in the Evo Carblum. Emerson Schwab and Adeline Hansen for the Broncos. That was at the Rumble on the Red. Some place winners out there. 4th of January, they came back, defeated the South Border Mustangs in a duel 42-33. Exciting duel here. Came down to the last match with Adeline Hansen and Nitschke going at it. Hansen came out on top of that. She bumped up to 118. For the Broncos and helped seal the win 42-33 over South Border Mustangs. 6th of January, the Broncos girls team went to the Lettermans. That was on Saturday. They did a long tournament there. They placed 2nd. And 9th of January came back, defeated Napoleon Imperials 42-36. 11th of January, they traveled up to Fargo for a couple duels. They were defeated by Fargo 33-30 and then ended up taking the nightcap there over West Fargo United 36-30. So that's your Broncos current duel record. In action tonight against Central Cass Squirrels, and on the 12th of January, on the 16th of January, on Thursday,
and then we'll have
they'll have the triangular here with EEK and Lamar, so they'll have some girls matches there, possible duel with EEK, and then on the 18th, and then the 19th and 20th, we have the Storhog Wrestling Tournament here in Lisbon. The girls will wrestle on the 20th. And for Central Cass coming in at 3-0 in the duel. They started out the BPS Girl Invite, then dueled Pembina County North, won that one 54-24 up at the Carrington Duels. 9th of December, wrestled Al Larson, picking up first place with 169 points. 16th of December, wrestled at the Dennis Flynn Invitational. Placed 2nd with 122 points. Wrestled Napoleon and EK in a duel after the Christmas break. They defeated Napoleon 48-30 and EEK 54-18, and then took home the championship at the Letterman's tournament on the 6th of January. So this is a prelim match here with Arlie Romerman going out there in a prelim match for the Broncos. She's currently working for a fall with Cradle here in the near side of the mat.
winner by fall, Melina Repson.
Merlina Rebsum for the Broncos, 7th grader. Hails from Enderlin, North Dakota.
Now wrestling Ivy Guy and Addison Bauman.
So Ivy Guy, Addison Bauman going out there. Bauman for the Broncos. Wearing the white singlet with the red leg trim. So another prelim match here with Bauman. This thing's in for a single leg, little inside trip. Picks up a 2-point takedown. So this is still some prelim matches here before our main duel tonight between the Central Cass Squirrels and Lisbon Broncos. Should be a decent duel. Both teams feeling a close, if not close to full lineups. So Bowman working for the fall for the Broncos. She'll pick that up. So Broncos so far a couple prelim matches, going 2-0 to start things out for their prelims.
Winner by fall, Addison Bauman.
So Bowman with the prelim victory, along with Rebson for the Broncos.
Now wrestling Isabel Dutt and Theta Carblum.
So Vader Carblin coming out. They're around 170-pound prelim match. So Carblin right away works in inside tie coming forward. Dutch doing a little snap down. Carblum working back into her, going to that far edge of the mat. Well, both wrestlers back to the center of the mat here. First minute, or 30 seconds gone by. We got a minute 30 for periods for prelims. So down to 35 seconds. A prelim match. Carblum working a goal behind, able to stuff the head, gets around behind for 2-point takedown. Down to 15 seconds, so she'll take a 2-0 lead in here the final 10 seconds. Working a crossface over the top. Now does a chin whip. Dutch able to hip ice back around. I'll bet working the crossface. As time expires in the first period. So we will have the boys duel up there after the girls. A little early start and have a number of prelim matches on both sides of the duel. So we will kind of have a hard break between the duels. Put back up our coming up slide. So we'll keep the same stream, but just have our coming up slide as a placeholder. So if you're tuned back in and you see that slide, that boys duel will follow shortly after that. If you're tuning in or watching a playback of it, there's Carblum. So Veda Carblum working up over the top. She's up 2-0. Veda backing out of her position, down to 50 seconds to go in the second period. So Central Cass, last year at the state tournament, they placed third with 156 points. They have 7 returning state qualifiers, 5 of those returning state place winners. They graduated with Anna White, kind of led by Anna White, state champion. Carblum got belly down on the mat, not able to get up to her base. Now 2 points awarded, so down to the last 10 seconds. Dutch going to go for a pin over the top. She's up on, across the shoulders of Carblum. About 2 seconds left here in the period, and that does it with 1 second left, just as time expires. Well, Central Cass with their returning state champion in Anna White. Graduated 4 seniors off the squad last year, along with Katie Sinner, a state champion at the 250-pound weight bracket. Our returning state place winners, state qualifiers, that state champion in Anna White at 100 pounds. 110 was Mallory DeRye, placed 8th. Brianna Meyer at 115 did not place, state qualifier. 130 is Gracie Lamar, she placed 3rd. 135, Lowell Schneider, placed 7th. 145, Cheyenne Helland, placed 6th. And 170-pound Ava Golson, state qualifier last year. So those are the returning state qualifiers, 7 returning state qualifier state place winners for Central Cass.
Starting lineups for tonight's girls varsity duel.
So now we're getting into our starting lineups for the girls varsity duel.
At 100 pounds.
So we're going to start off at 100 pounds.
From Central Cass, Ava Crandall. From
So
Lisbon,
Crandall,
Scout Fredericks.
Ava Crandall and Scout Fredericks going at it at 100 pounds.
106 pounders from Central Cass.
106.
Mallory DeVries.
Mallory DeVries.
Aurora Shelton.
For the Broncos is Aurora Shelton.
112 pounds from Central Cass. Emma
112.
Dutt. From Lisbon, Arlie Grammerman.
So Emma Dutt and Arlie Romerman for the Broncos.
Central Cass, Brianna Mayer. For Lisbon, Adeline Hansen.
So Mayer going out at 118 with Hansen for Lisbon.
124-pounders from Central Cass, Audrey Quinn. For Lisbon,
Audrey Quinn for Central Cass at 124.
At 130 pounds from Central Cass, Isabel Dutchuk. For Lisbon, Lila Gillespie.
So Lila Gillespie going out for the Broncos.
Your 136-pounders.
136.
Cass, Grace Lamar.
So 136 is going to be Emerson Schwab going up against Lamar.
At 142
Lamar placed third last year, Schwab
Emerson
second.
Faleed from Central Cass,
One-
Lisbon Open.
142 Lisbon is open.
148-pounders.
148.
Central Cass, Lois Schneider. For Lisbon, Alexis Ranky.
So Alexis Ranke at 148 back in the lineup.
At 155 pounds, Cheyenne Helen.
155 is Helen and Carblum. Eva Carblum at 155. Helen at
170 pounds.
Central Cass at 155.
Central Cass,
170.
Nevaeh Hipsek. For
So
Lisbon,
Hipsek.
Nevaeh Buffett.
So Nevaeh Hipsek and Nevaeh Buffett. Buffett for the Broncos at 170.
Central Cass, Eva Gullison.
Gullison at 190 for Central Cass.
Oster.
Lisbon Cora Oster.
And at 250 pounds. for
And they're
Lisbon,
250
Ella Sad,
pounds.
Central Cass Open.
Central Cass is open. And Lisbon has Ella Sad at heavyweight. So each team with an open weight. So we're going to start the duel at 100 pounds with Fredericks and Crandall. We'll keep the duel score.
Central Cass girls are coached by Travis Lamar and assisted by Andrew Janke, Andrew Volt, Jeremiah Sullivan, Brad Mellon, Gavin Wright, Zach Auden Lamar,
You're at 100 pounds.
Jake Gross, Baron Sinner, Kyle Elfson, Spencer Sweeney, Tammy Lamar, and Kate.
So it looks like Fredericks and Crandall. So we'll still have to have team captains go out. They'll do the coin toss, see who gets choice in the periods. We're going to step away. We'll take a word from our sponsors. Quick step away. We'll come back here for a 100-pound match between Crandall and Scout Fredericks of the Lisbon Broncos.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 3.
All right, scoreboard sponsor tonight is Bank North, getting started here at 100 pounds inside the Lisbon Gymnasium for a duel here between the Broncos and the Squirrels. Scout Fredericks for the Broncos going up against Crandall for Central Cass. Fredericks right away working collar tie going into Crandall. And work the far side of the mat. So Crandall warned right away for stalling. Picks up a stall call backing off the mat. And Scout Fredericks going to pick up a 2-point takedown, grabs that near ankle. Establishes control on top, pops around, has a half Nelson near side trying to drive it in. Crandall's wing down, Billy on the mat. Now Frederick turns her over. She's stretched that arm chest on chest. Just has to scoop the head. Now reverses half. Scoops the head. Frederick's going to pick up 3-point near fall. Should have it. She broke the hold, but she's up 2-0. Here at 100 pounds. Now has Crandall going back over. The screwdriver position. He's going to pick up the fall, so Broncos go up. They'll take a 6-0 lead.
Winner by fall, Scout, Fredericks.
So Broncos right away, it's Bank North scoreboard. They go up 6-0 with a pin at 100 pounds. Now going to 106 with Aurora Shelton and Mallory DeVry. DeVry, returning state place winner, placed 8th. The Broncos have 7 returning state place winners, state qualifiers on their team. They have 100 pound was Romerman, did not play, so state qualifier. Sutherland, state qualifier 110. Adeline Hansen placed 7th last year at 115 pounds. Emerson Schwab, state runner-up at 125. Ava Carblum had 170 state qualifier. Ulster at 190 state qualifier. And Ellis Ad at 250 also state qualifier for the Broncos. The Broncos with 2 of those 7 qualifiers returning state place winners. Central Cass with 5 returning state place winners, 7 state qualifiers. Take a 6-0 lead. So Shelton, they're backing away. DeVry, there's a high crotch. Shelton had that arm trapped around her head, but wisely gets rid of it. So DeVries with a 2-point takedown. She's up 2-0. Has the arm across. Head scoop. Going to lower that chest, going over the top. Shoulders up just by a little bit. And wrestlers go out of bounds. So a good scramble out of bounds here for Shelton to get a restart back to the center of the mat, down to minute 18. We're at 106 pounds. DeVries up 5-0. Broncos lead the duel 6-0. Picked up a pin at 100 pounds. Scout Fredericks over Crandall. So DeVries is working a half Nelson. Going to elevate that, so it gets a little leverage on it. Takes Shelton over. She's going to win by foul, so they get 6 points back for Central Cass.
Winner by fall, Mallory DeVries.
So DeVries ties it up here at 106, now going to 112. Romerman going out for the Broncos.
112 pounds for Central Cass, Emma Dutt. For Lisbon, Arlie Rammerman.
There's Emma Dutt and Arlie Romerman. Romerman in on a single leg, got a high crotch position. Dutt tried to whip her over. Wasn't able to get the winner. Whiz her in. Now Romerman goes cradle right away. Takes Dutt back down to the mat on that stand-up. So Romerman clamped down over the top. Has a 2-0 lead. Dutt going with that stand-up again. Romerman's going to cradle her up. Just got to try to break her over. Dutt in that 3-point stance. Now Romerman's able to take her back. She's going to pick up some near fall and a good pinning combination here for Romerman. Has those arms, elbows tight. She's going to win by foul. So Arlie Romerman with the pin.
Winner by fall, Arlie Rammerman.
Romerman with the fall. Puts the Broncos back up now, 12-6. 118 pounds. Little walkout music going on. I like it here under the spotlight inside the Bronco Gymnasium.
118 pounds for Central Cass.
12-6 lead for the Broncos. Brianna Mayer going up against Adeline Hansen. Let's see if we can get you updated here in some of the rankings, some of these matchups. Anna White with #1 ranked at 100 pounds for Central Cass here, Dakota Grappler rankings. Adeline Hansen ranked at #1 at 112 pounds, wrestling up here tonight. Taking on Brianna Meyer. And Meyer, honorable mention, ranking at 118 pounds for Central Cats in that Dakota Grappler rankings. Right now, wrestlers locked up. So Hansen has to do a little more work for the Broncos in this duel, going up to 118 pounds. They're down to a minute 10 to go. Wrestlers still locked up in collar tie, a lot of pressure. The Broncos take that 12-6 lead. Traded pins at 100 and 106. At 118 pounds, Arlie Romerman helped the Broncos take the lead with that win by fall over Dutt. Now, Hansen's up over the top, kind of front headlock position. He's going to drag down. Drags Meyer down, but Meyer is able to catch a leg. Now, Hansen, has a screwdriver locked up. No takedown awarded yet. So Meyer doing a good job of defending with that leg. They're going to go out about, so good job of defending the takedown for Brianna Meyer. Hansen didn't secure the takedown before they rolled out of bounds, so still 0 on the scoreboard with 20 seconds to go. So Hansen tried to step in, go back to that front headlock. Back, working the head in that collar tie position on Meyer. Meyer, nice double leg, nice level change. Meyer's going to try to score here with 2 seconds left. Time expires, no takedown awarded. So Hansen trying to win up over the top, and that left an opening for Meyer. Shot the double, but ran out of time at the end of the first. Meyer's going to go neutral position to start the second. Broncos have choice in the even matches. Update this score. It's a 12-6 lead for the Broncos. Broncos in the white singlet with the red leg trim. Now Hansen locking up over under. Going to try to hit a body throw here. A lat drop. She stepped across. Meyer just a little bit too strong. Now Hansen's going to go a knee pick. Tried to reach back through. Another good job defending for Meyer. Now Hansen working up over the top. Down to a minute 23 to go in the second period. So Hansen real aggressive working over the top. Meyer trying to counter. Hansen going front headlock position once again. Going to drag her down, so drags Meyer down. Now going head in the hole. Not able to turn the corner. Hansen just kind of missed that head and arm there. Now, once again, real aggressive with her tie-up. Down to 50 seconds. Meyer gets a body lock. Little level change. Hansen's able to back her out of it. Pummeling in. Going to back her out of bounds. Now Hansen locks up here on the edge of the mat. Meyer just a little bit too strong here at 118 for Hansen to handle her. Hansen going in again, trying to step across. So Hansen, the aggressor, going to try to drag her down again. She just has to go a little bit lower, maybe try the ankle pick. Now snaps her down, tries to get a goal behind. Hansen's going to lock up a cradle. She's going to whip her down to the mat, but Meyer has a hold of the leg. Now Hansen not able to get around here with 5 seconds to go. It'll be Hansen's choice to start the third. Time expires on the clock. So Hansen's choice is bottom. Broncos up to do a 12-6, pick up a pin at 100 pounds from Scout Fredericks over Crandall. Mallory DeVries answers back at 106 and pins Aurora Shelton. Arlie Romerman comes in, whips the cradle on, rolls Dutt over. In the first period, picks up another pin for the Broncos, puts them up 12-6. There's third period at 2 minutes on the clock. Looking to decide it here in the third and final period of regulation. Hansen's going to stand up. Meyer drags her back down to the mat. And spirals on the wrist. Hansen now gets those hips away. So Hansen with the hips away. The cow catcher set up here for Meyer. She's going to go out of bounds to restart back to the center of the mat. So Hansen trying to keep that motor going on the bottom. Had those hips away. Meyer counters again. Underhook. Grab the chin there in that cow catcher position. Hansen tripods up. I saw a statistic that tripod stand-up most effective, the most frequently scored with your stand-ups over just the regular power stand-up. So down here at minute 8. Don't have my source. I'm just reading an article. Down to 58 seconds. So no escape, no point here for Hansen. Now Hansen's able to get Meyer broke belly down, north-south position. Hansen's still not able to get her out. Now he's going to work the head on Meyer. She has the leg spiraled in the back. Hansen still no point where they're down to 40 seconds. She just has to break contact. Now it's going cow catcher. Picks up the 1 point, loss of control. So Hansen now with a 1-0 lead. Down to 30 seconds to go with Meyer. Meyer working underneath. Takes a shot down. Hansen's on top, working the head. Still locked up. Now chin whips Meyer down to the mat. Meyer still hanging on the leg, down to 14 seconds. 1-0 lead for Hansen at 118 pounds, down to 10. Hansen hanging on. Meyer working the high crotch. Down to 4 seconds. 3. Time expires on the clock, and that's a hard-fought win for Adeline Hansen. Picks up 3 points for the Broncos. A 1-point escape, 1-0 match.
Winner by decision, 1-0, Adeline Hansen.
15-6 is the dual score for the Broncos up over Central Cass now, 15-6. 124. Gillespie going out for the Broncos. Or they have that wrong. I think she's up at 130. So Johnson, Presley Johnson going out, 124. And Audrey Quinn for Central Cass here, 124. Johnson, first year wrestling. Asked to do a lot. 7th grader. Broncos up in the duel 15-6. Opened up with a pin by Scout Fredericks at 100, 112. DeVries answers back with her foul over Shelton. Ties it up at 6 apiece. Working back around. Has a 2-point takedown, all working for the fall at 124 pounds. The Quinn wins by fall. So 15-12.
Winner by fall, Audrey Quinn. 130 pounders.
The Quinn wins by fall, 130. Dutch and Gillespie going out.
For Central Cass, Isabel Dutchuk.
So Dutchuk.
Lila Gillespie.
Dutchuk and Gillespie here, 130 pounds. The wrestlers working collar ties. Dutchuk going to throw a headlock on Gillespie. Gillespie sits down, not able to get those hips away. Dutchuk still with a hard. Now Gillespie reverses it, steps around, has a half Nelson hooked up. Gillespie has that half crank, has a hammer lock now, goes up over the top. It's a 2-point takedown. Gillespie just not enough power to get Dutchuk over on her back. So 2-1 lead for Gillespie. Oh, Dutchuk going to get a 2-point takedown. She'll take a 3-2 lead. Down to a minute to go first period. Oh, 118. Going back to the recap. It was Hansen with the win by decision at 1-0. Quinn comes out for Central Cass, gets the pin. That moves the dual score 15-12 here. So 2 more near falls. So that's going to put Dutchuk up 5-2 with that 3 near fall. Or excuse me, I had 2 near fall. Get that right. 2 near fall, takedown, and an escape for 5 points. Gillespie with 2-point takedown. Gillespie rolls through. Dutchuk has the arm cock. She's going to step across. Down to 7 seconds to go in the first period. Dutchuk's going to score some near fall at the end. Down to 2 seconds. Gillespie's just got to hang on. Gets into the second. So Gillespie defers. Dutchuk takes the top position to start the second period. We are at 130 pounds. That's a 2-1 lead. Going in, or excuse me, 8-4 lead. He's going to roll through, so Dutchuk has Gillespie and he's going to put her on her back for the fall.
Winner by fall, Isabel Dutchuk.
So 15-18.
136
Central Cass grabs the lead. See if the Broncos can answer back. Should be a good one here between Lamar and Schwab. Turning state place winner. Schwab placed second last year. Lamar placed third. Schwab ranked second at 130 pounds. Lamar ranked fourth at 136. Lamar trying to drag down Schwab. Schwab steps back. .125 mark of our first period. Wrestlers still holding the center of the mat. Working head and hands. Well, Schwab takes a big step. Circled here to the near side. Lisbon mat near center of the mat. And working that out of bounds. Down to 1:03 to go first period. And Schwab now hits a high crotch. Lamar gets sprawled out. You can see that little weight advantage does help her out. Weigh 138 pounds there. You're wrestling at 36. Get the 2-pound gross allowance after Christmas down to 39 seconds in the first period. Central Cass is up 18-15. The Broncos' next action is Thursday night. Here, another home duel against EEK, and also probably have a couple prelim matches with Lamore. Schwab with the shot, but gives up a 2-point takedown to Lamar. Lamar goes right away. Crossface going to roll Schwab over here. Last 2 seconds of the period, no near fall. So Schwab able to get 90 degrees. So Lamar with a 2-point takedown takes a 2-0 lead, starting the neutral position for our second period. Schwab and Lamar working near side. Lamar's just Working head and arm, underhook on the far side. Back Schwab out of bounds for a restart with the minute 22 mark. Lamar with a 2-0 lead, takedown of the first period. Had Schwab on her side, no near fall awarded at the end. So down to a minute remaining, second period. Wrestlers is still on their feet. Started the second period in the neutral position. Schwab goes down to her knees, and Lamar kind of says thank you and clamps down on top in the front headlock position. Now she's going to drag Schwab down to the mat. Yeah, Schwab in a little bit of trouble. Schwab's backing off. Works a crossface. Going to try to get this 2 points here on the edge. Down to 40 seconds. Lamar still not now is going to get 2 points on the edge of the match, so she goes up 4-0. Another 2-point takedown for Lamar. Down to 20 seconds. She rolls Schwab over. Lamar's going to pick up near fall. Last 15 seconds of the second period. Schwab in trouble. Lamar is heavy on top. Schwab's going to get rolled through. That does it in the second. 3 near fall, so she's up 7-0. Schwab in the bottom position. 2 minutes on the clock here, the third period. Lamar working arm lever on the far side, down to minute 45 to go. In the third period, she leads 7-0 in the match at 136 pounds. She's in the top position, down under a minute 30 to go now, third period. Still 7-0. Schwab belly down. They're just holding the center of the mat. So now the official warns bottom wrestler with stalling. So stall warning on Schwab. Lamar is still working that arm lever on that near, now the near side. Has the chicken wing hooked up. Let's go of it. Now working that spiral on the wrist. Schwab just trying to hold her base. Lamar goes back, working the arm lever. Puts that four in the back. Now she has working a bar half. Has the arm bar locked up on the near side. Schwab's going to try to sit up. Catches the far wrist on Schwab. Schwab trying to scoot those hips out. Down to 30 seconds. Lamar's going to walk this around. Schwab at about a 90. Puts a lot of pressure on it. Schwab rolls through. Got a 1 count for Lamar. And down to 14 seconds. Schwab just trying to survive the period and get out of here with a loss by decision. Down to 4 seconds. 7-0 lead for Lamar. That'll do it.
Winner by decision, Grace Lamar.
Lamar puts 3 more points on the board. 21-15 lead.
142 pounds.
The Broncos open at 142.
£142 for Central Cass, Emerson, Fleet, Lisbon Open. 148 pounds.
So 148.
£148 for Central Cass, Lois Schneider. For Lisbon,
Lois Schneider going out.
Ranky.
Schneider and Ranky. Alexis Ranke for the Broncos, Lois Schneider for Central Cass. Lois Schneider placed 7th last year at 135 pounds, wrestling up 148. And this season goes high crotch. No, Fireman's going to dump Ranke down to the mat. Schneider working right, goes right away to the crossface. Now Ranke gets stood back up, 2-1 lead for Schneider. Schneider is weighed in with Ranke now pushing off, circles back towards the center of the mat. Now down to a minute to go, first period. And Schneider back working the high crotch of takedown. Now able to get spiked the ankle in the back and pick up a 2-point. So establishing or is behind her enough to establish control. You're gonna whip over Ranke. That crossface screwdriver wins by fall. So Schneider takes care of Ranke. So that extends the lead, 33-15.
Cheyenne, Helen for Lisbon, Ava, Carblum.
Broncos trying to rally now with Carblum going out. Helen and Carblum, so you have wrestler down on the mat, being tended to. We're going to step away. Take a word from our sponsors. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
471.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Hey, back here, 155 pounds. Helland and Carblum. Carblum for the Lisbon Broncos. Carblum holding center of the mat. Helen circles back around. Now to a minute 25 to go in the first period. Wrestlers locked up, collar tie. Working head position. So Central Cass taking control of the duel. Broncos need an answer if they want to stay in it. So Helen now, Carblum. Helen has head and arm on Carblum. Carblum kind of stepped into that. He's going to try to step over the top, gets back around for a 2-point takedown. So the Carblum able to slip the headlock or the head and arm by Helen. Picks up a 2-point takedown here. 55 seconds remaining in the first period. Carblum warned for his start. The start position there on top with the deep waist and has to go midsection. Carblum working on top. Helen's gonna, the counter is gonna try to get some leverage on that arm, pulls it down, goes arm over, reverses it right away on Carblum. Takes Carblum here. Carblum with a head and arm locked up. He's gonna lose position, so a 2-point reversal for Helland. Oh, Helland right away working half Nelson. Carblum's going to defend, try to wing down on it. Tied up 2 apiece at 170 pounds. Or excuse me, at 155. Helen active on top. Working power half now, digging that form in the back of the head, and that's going to run out of time in the first. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Green's choice, she defers. Oh, Helen going back to that arm over. Carbon with the head and arm locked up, but Helen's going to counter out, steps over the top. A little bit high. Carbon going to give up 2-point reversal. So that's a 2-point reversal. Here to Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass is up 33-15. And you got 3 near fall. So we'd have blood time or injury time. So 3 near fall for Helen. She takes a 7-2 lead. Has a reversal and 3 near fall in the second period, a reversal in the first. Carbon with a takedown in the first period. So some injury time out on the mat. All right. And Carbon right away off the whistle stands up, gets a 1-point escape, so 7-3. Here, 1:09. Carbon's going to try to duck under. Helen goes back to the headlock, has Carbon in trouble, goes head and arm, gets Carbon over on the mat. Helen ranked 7th, Carbon 6th at 155 pounds, DG Grappler girls ranking. So number 7, number 6 going at it. And she'll win by fall. So Helen over Carbon wins by fall. 15-39. 3 more weight classes. So that's the duel there.
For Central Cass, Nevaeh Hipsack. For Lisbon, Nevaeh Buffett.
So Buffett going out 170 pounds. Bank North scoreboard, Central Cass up 39-15. So Hipsack and Buffett here at 170. So still have 190 and 250 to go. They're down to under 1:30 in the first period. Wrestlers still working collar ties. Just off the near center of the mat. And now down to minute tie. Wrestlers still working collar ties at 170 pounds. So Helen with the second period pin at 155 over Ava Carbon. And puts the duel out of reach for the Broncos. So it's 39-15. Buffett still working collar tied, trying to snap down on Hipsack. Now 20 seconds. We are in the first period scoreless. And we have technical violation, one going to red. So Buffett warned with a technical violation. Oh, Buffett tries a headlock at the end of the period. So not a bad move there as time expires. It's a 1-0 lead for Hipsec. Buffett in the bottom position starting our second period. Buffett right away, nice sit out. Had a little bit of daylight there. Now Hipsec has Buffett going on. Buffett just powers through on it. Gets those hips up and away, steps across for a 2-point reversal. Cartwheels over the top, gets the reversal for Buffett. A first-year wrestler for Nevaeh Buffett. Now Hipsec's going to step away for a 1-point escape. So we'll have the boys duel following a girls. So we have so it's 5-2. All right, so it's 5-2. So 5-2 match score. It had 170 pounds. So they're going to give Hipsack a reversal and 2 near fall, and then the 1-point technical violation in the first for 5 points. Buffett with the 2-point reversal. Down final 7 seconds of our second period. Wrestlers still working that collar tie. And Buffett starts in the bottom position. He's able to power through with the reversal in the second. Buffett posts the outside leg. Hipsec trying to drive her down. Buffett still holding her base. Able to tripod up on that. It stood up and away. Not quite cleared those hips. Now is going to pick up a 1-point escape. So match here within reach for Buffett. Now 5-3. Down to 1:25 to go in their third period. The wrestler is not much as far as committing to takedown when they're in the neutral position. So went through with just that one technical violation in the first period. We started in neutral position. They had reversals traded between the wrestlers. They're down to a minute. See who commits here. Down to a minute. Buffett. Now Buffett working a double. Picks it up, so she's got a takedown. She's going to get some near fall. Hipsack goes to her back. Buffett's going to pick up 2 takedown, 2 near fall. She's going to take the lead now 7-5. So Nevaeh Buffett grabs a 2-point lead. Hipsack can tie it up a reversal. Buffett's going to work up over the top. Hipsack reaches over. So Buffett leads that head hanging over the side. And down to 30 seconds. We'll see what Hipsack has in the gas tank. She's going to circle back around, gets a 1-point escape. So 7-6, going to bring it down to the last 15 seconds of this. Buffett just has to back away, no stall warning, so Buffett can just ride this one out, not tie up. Hipsack's going to go underneath. Buffett's going to try to get around behind her, down to 5 seconds. Buffett leads. Now, Hipsack time expires. That's it. And Nevaeh Buffett's going to win 7-6. Hipsack was in on a single leg, run out of time. So 39-18 dual score.
By decision, Nevaeh Buffett.
Going to 190 pounds. Cole Oster going out there. So her younger brother, John David in Pee Wee's.
Central Cass, Ava Gullison.
Following big sister's footstep, also Lillian Oyster, 7th grader, wrestles for the Broncos. We started the first period. So Ulster going up against Ava Gullison. Got 190 pounds. The center cast took control of that duel after the 155 with Helen winner by fall over Carblum. I pushed the duel out of reach. It was a 39-15 score after 155. Broncos get a decision at 170, 7-6. The Buffett over Hipsack in the battle of Nevaeh's. Golson with the head and arm has Ulster in trouble, down to 30 seconds. Ulster not able to roll through. The left shoulder up just by a little bit. Officials down there. She has a 2-0 lead with some near fall coming. Ulster is still trying to bridge out of it. And that'll do it by fall, so Gullison pins Ulster.
Winner by fall, Ava Gullison.
So 45-18 going to heavyweight, and the center cast is open.
250.
So that final dual score, 45-24.
250, Ella Sad from Lisbon, Central Cass open.
So 45-24, your final for the duel.
Okay, we will
That was
have
up on your
just one prelim match.
final for the duel tonight between the girls wrestling team Central Cass and Lisbon Broncos. 45-24, the final score. So we will have one last prelim. We're going to step away, take a word from our sponsor. We'll come back, do a Wilson County recap of the duel. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
All right, welcome back here. Final match of the night in the post limb of the girls wrestling. Central Cass in the final, 45-24 in the duel over the Broncos. And your Olson Accounting recap of our duel tonight. The Broncos opened it up with a win, so Ulster's able to slip that head and arm. Gets around for a 2-point takedown. Going to get it called for a clasp. Ulster, Lillian Ulster, first-year wrestling 7th grader. So Lisbon opened it up at 100 pounds with a win by fall. Scout Fredericks over Crandall puts the Broncos up 6-0. And 106 pounds, Mallory DeVry comes out and pins Aurora Shelton of the first period. Ties the duel up at 6 apiece, 112 pounds. Emma Dutt and Arlie Romerman goes out. Arlie Romerman for the Lisbon Broncos wins by fall in the first period. Put the Broncos up 12-6. Broncos kept the lead at 118 pounds when Adeline Hansen wins by decision 1-0 over Brianna Meyer. So Adeline Hansen bumping up 112, number 1 ranked wrestler at 112. Taking on Meyer, Brianna Meyer from Central Cass at 118. Meyer, honorable mention ranking for Dakota Grappler girls rankings. So Hansen wins the hard-fought battle, 1-0. Broncos keep the lead, 15-6. Going into 124 pounds, and that's where Central Cass goes on a run. Picking up victories at 124 is a win by fall in the second period. Quinn over Presley Johnson at 124. Dutchuk and Gillespie goes out there at 130. And Gillespie came out with the opening takedown, but Dutchuk was able to overpower Gillespie in the second, wins by fall. And puts Central Cass up 18-15, and Central Cass doesn't look back after that. With Gracie Lamar able to win by decision over Emerson Schwab. Dual score goes to 21-15 at that point here in your Olson Accounting recap. 142 pounds. The Broncos were open, so Central Cass with 6 more points on the board. 148. Lois Schneider wins by fall over Alexis Ranke. In the first period, that's a 33-15 lead for Central Cass. And Ava Carblum and Helen go out with Helen winner by fall in the second period over Carblum. Central Cass now up 39-15. Nevaeh Buffett wins by decision. Picks up a reversal and some near fall in that third period to take the lead. She wins by 7-6. Time runs out on on Hipsek as she's trying to score a takedown as time expires, but Buffett hangs on to win 7-6 at 170 pounds. And then Ava Gullison and Cora Oster go out there. Gullison handles Oster in the second period, wins by fall. 45-18, Central Cass in the lead. Going into 215 pounds, Central Cass is open. The Broncos are going to pick up 6 more points. It's a 45-24 dual score. That's your final tonight in North Dakota Girls Wrestling here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Central Cass wins 45-24. Their last prelim or post-lim of the night for the girls. Time expires. That's a 4-2 lead for Central Cass. Lillian Ulster's out there, the younger sister of Cora. Goes to the side, taking a little medical attention with her inhaler. So that wraps up our Olson Accounting recap of our duel tonight. So if you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. That's Olson Accounting. And sponsoring our post-game recap for girls wrestling inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Broncos next action as far as the girls, they'll see action on Thursday night versus EEK, and then also some matches against Lemoore. Come back for the Storehawk tournament on Saturday the 20th. This match score is 6-2. Ulster for the Broncos is trailing by 4. So you probably go to a hard intermission. I'll put up that coming up slide here between the girls and the boys wrestling. Or break away, take a little bit of time to reset, and then come back. A little pregame show before the duel. Not sure how many prelim matches they'll have tonight, but I imagine it'll probably be around 10 to 15 for the boys. Going on an hour with our girls wrestling. So Ulster's trying to get a takedown here at the end of the third period. Now Central Cass going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Ulster not able to get behind. Central Cass grabs a head and arm. Going to secure that win 8-2. That does it for the girls' duel. And your final score up on your Bank North scoreboard. 45-24. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities we serve. They're more than just a bank. Bank North is a community partner they can always count on. It's value-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Once again, Bank North scoreboard sponsor, sponsoring winter athletics, high school athletics here on yourliveevent.com, along with
So an autograph night for the girls in the lobby.
Olson Accounting for our halftime and our accounting recap for wrestling. So that'll do it. 45-24 girls wrestling. Central Cass over to Lisbon Broncos. We'll step away, take a break, put up our coming up slide. We'll just check back probably in around 10 to 15 minutes. We should have your boys prelims along with the duel here on yourliveevent.com.
Congratulations, Chase, on your award.
Leo at the left wing, couple hard dribbles in the paint, backdoor cut, and a block shot by Sim.
From all of us with your live event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
D. Haugo into Bruin territory 40. Little shake and bake 30. Haugo could go. It's another house call for Peter Haugo.
Congratulations, Chase Miller.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms,
Keeps control for Thompson. Pass for Stevens, wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out up top to the left side. Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath. Then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome back here, yourliveevent.com. North Dakota Class B, we'll call it Class B wrestling tonight between the Broncos and the Class A Central Cass Squirrels. Our first prelim match of the night, Brock Lions going out for the Broncos, up 4-1 in the match. A dual final score, 45-24 was the final dual score for the girls.
Winner by fall, Brock Lions.
So Central Cass defeating Lisbon 45-24, and our girls duel started at around 5:30. So we got through a bunch of prelims and the girls duel by 6:30. Brock Lions your winner.
Now wrestling Weston Clausen, Sam Schneider on deck.
Well, Weston Clauston going out there, the Inderland product.
Peterson on deck.
Yeah, some over by Catherine, North Dakota. All right, Clausen, 2-point takedown. Gonna settle it on top. Working from some near fall. Scoreboard sponsor once again for the duel, Bank North. Olson Accounting, our sponsor for our duel recap.
Wrestling Riley Lucina, Aiden Peterson.
Another
Amos Rammerman, Alex
prelim, Riley Lucina going out for the Broncos, 7th grader. We have Amos Rammerman coming up after that. We'll get into some of our prelim pre-match festivities here between the Broncos and Central Cass. Lisbon enters with a 5-0 dual record in the Southeast region in Class B, 10-3 overall in duels. Right now I have Central Cass 2-5 in duels. Central Cass moving up to Class A for the 2023-2024 season. Broncos open up their season on the 21st of November, picking up a couple dual wins over Grafton and Pembina County Morris. Came back on the 30th, defeated region rival Oaks by a score of 34-30. Went to the Dan Unruh, finished in 2nd place the weekend of the 2 December. Then went back up to Breckenridge, wrestled 2 duels up there against Breck Wap, the Storm, and Valley City Highliners. Broncos picked up 2 more victories on the 7th of December. 9th of December, they traveled up to Carrington for the L. Larson, picked up a tournament championship there with 212.5 points. Came back on the 14th of December, traveled to Frazee, Minnesota, wrestling in the Hornets' nest out there. They lost 2 duels out there, 36-28 to DGF and 33-31 to Frazee. And Broncos bounced back. Valley City Holiday Tournament, finishing in 5th place with 148 points. Then defeated Carrington in a duel on the 19th of December, dropped their 3rd duel of the season, 28-41 against Velva. And that duel may come back to haunt the Broncos in the dual seedings if they do make it to the state tournament, because Lisbon came back after the holidays and defeated South Border convincing fashion at 5 pins in a row. One had a win by decision at 107 pounds and then picked up 5 pins in a row and put the duel out of reach for South Border and won that duel 42-26 on the 4th of January. Then went to the Central Cass Letterman's tournament, finishing in 2nd place to South Border. 9th of January, they came back and picked up 2 more dual wins against Kindred and Napoleon. And now back in action tonight against Central Cass. Broncos had the weekend off. And then they're back in action again for 2 more duels on Thursday between Lemoore and EEK. And then settle in the 19th and 20th for the Storehawk Wrestling Tournament. The Central Cass opening up their dual season on the 8th of December. They defeated Bishop Ryan, Class B, 48-30. Lost to Carrington, 43-30. Then lost to Minot High School, 48-22. 12th of December, they wrestled West Fargo Cheyenne and dropped that duel 59-16. Defeated Wahpeton, 48-21. Came back after the Christmas break, wrestled in Fargo, Davies, and Devil's Lake. Dropped both of those duels on the 11th of January. And then they'll have, after tonight, they're back in action for the Metro duels up in Fargo on the 19th of January, 19th and 20th of January. Metro duels, Metro tournament, 19th and 20th. The Broncos last year at the state tournament, they scored 164 points, finished in 2nd place to New Salem. Broncos winning the dual team championship over South Border. The Central Cass also in that dual state tournament last year. They won that quarterfinal match against Northern Lights. That was by criteria. That was a tied up like 33 or 32 apiece. And Central Cass won that by criteria and made it into the semifinal bout against the Broncos, where the Broncos defeated Central Cass last year in the state dual tournament. The Broncos advancing to the championship round. Central Cass went for 3rd and 4th. They finished out 2023 as the 4th place finishers in the state dual team tournament. Whereas the Broncos graduated 4 seniors last year. Standouts with Gabe Lyons, Grant Lyons, Bowden Greenlee, and Carter Wallner. On the squad this year, they have 7 returning state qualifiers with 4 of those state place winners. So Lucina now has the cradle locked up in the center of the mat. Here in the 3rd period, he's up 11-0. So he's going to try to work for the fall. Get those hips away. Traps that leg down to 18 seconds. But the Broncos, with those 7 returning state qualifiers and 4 state place winners, they bring back Grayson Lyon, Noah Anderson, state runner-up, Cashton Wadeson, state qualifier. Griffin Greenlee placed 7th last year. And Mike Nelson, the senior, placing 3rd at 145. Blazer Inke placed 2nd at 152 pounds. And also returning is Drew Anderson, state qualifier. Riley Lucina wins that by decision. That's a 14-0 win by decision for Lucina, major decision. I have Amos Romerman for the Broncos. Said Alex Call for Central Cass. And Central Cass last year, the state Class B, finished in 13th place, scoring 54 points. They also have 7 returning state qualifiers with 2 of those state place winners. A year ago, they had Drew Urbach at 113, state qualifier. Brady Peterson, the state place winner last year. Or excuse me, state qualifier. Didn't place, or at least they have him not placing at state last year. Pate Lamar at 132. Grady Link, 138. Kate Olson Tinglestead placed 8th last year at 160 pounds. Stone Thornton placed 7th at 170. Another state qualifier, Jalen Baumgarten at 182. And Central Cass, like I said, is finishing the 2023 state dual team tournament in 4th place. They're defeated by New Salem in that 3rd and 4th place match, 50-24. Romerman working a cradle. He's gonna back up, go to the center of the mat. He's up 5-1 here in the first period. You look at some of our kind of feature matches, but of the duel, and also some of our ranked wrestlers according to Dakota Grappler. So 107 for the Broncos. They have Even Anderson, ranked number 2 at 107 pounds. At 114th, we have Cruz Ranke for the Broncos, currently ranked number 5 for Dakota Grappler at 114 pounds. At 121, no state-ranked wrestlers currently in the duel are scheduled to wrestle in the duel. 127 for the Broncos. We have Cashton Wadeson, ranked number 1 at 127 pounds, wrestling Brady Peterson for Central Cass. Peterson ranked number 4, both seniors. Wadeson defeated Peterson at the Central Cass Letterman's tournament, so Peterson looking for a little redemption at 127 pounds over Wadeson. So a good ranked matchup coming up here at 127 pounds. 133, another good match between Ryan Eng at 133 and Grady Link. Eng ranked number 3 at 133 pounds. Link receiving honorable mention ranking for Central Cass. Eng's a sophomore, Link a junior. And Link coming back. For Central Cass. He was a state qualifier a year ago at 138 pounds. Wrestling 133 this year. 145. Looks like we have no ranked wrestlers. 152, Blaze Ranke, ranked number 1 at 152 pounds for the Broncos. 160, we have Eli Lyons for the Broncos, ranked number 3. 172, another ranked matchup. We'll see if any of the wrestlers or if wrestlers move up or down here, but possible matchup between number 1 Mike Nelson wrestling number 7 on the A side, Kate Olson Tinglestead at 172. And 189, no ranked wrestlers currently. 215, Broncos have number 7 Drew Anderson in the lineup, and then an honorable mention in Aiden Hinkle at heavyweight. So that's some of your possible matchups with ranked wrestlers and in tonight's duel between the Squirrels and the Broncos. We're 10-1. Now 11-1 match score there in the third period. Romerman's on his feet wearing the white singlet with the red trim. That's a little bit of your kind of pre-match festivities here for duel tonight between the Broncos and the Squirrels. And Romerman gets double unders. He's going to bowl over his Central Cass opponent, win by fall in the third period for Amos Romerman. The Bronco JV in action for the Storehawk tournament. Missed out on that JV state tournament in Carrington because of the weather. Made a weather call on that on Friday, so Broncos JV team not able to get out there too. That's a good deal. More matches you get, more experience you get for the JV. Going to keep kids out for the sport.
On deck, Lewin Salgado, Mason Lamar.
So here's Trent Metzen going out for the Broncos. Metzen, a senior, but first year wrestling. There's a body lock. And working a spiral on the wrist for Metzen. We're holding the center of the mat.
It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Welcome to the Empire. We have open gym times and 2 full courts with 6 basketball hoops. Court rentals are available. You can even host your own tournaments. Memberships are available. The Emperor's Club. Hone your skills and improve your game. Basketball and volleyball training classes are available now. The Empire, Fargo's newest sports complex.
All right, welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Tonight's duel, CentraCast and Lisbon, are still with our prelim matches. Leo and Salgado out for the Broncos. Has a cradle locked up. Gonna go bottom knee in the side.
Use both legs. Up. Grab the hand.
So this is prelim number 6 between Mason Lamar for Centracast, Leo and Salgado. Salgado's up 5-0. Under 6 seconds to go in the first period. And coming up, we have Hyatt Ersink and Alex Hansen. That's prelim number 7. Second period, Salgado's up 5-0. It's a power stand-up. Hips away, he's up 6-0. 1-point escape for Salgado. Doubles it up, drives through, is going to lay Lamar down to the mat, takes him right to his back. Picks up a 2-point takedown and near fall. Salgado, good-looking 7th grader for the Broncos out there. Coming up on a minute. He's going to go out of bounds for a restart. Picks up the 3 near fall. He's up 11-0. Lamar in the bottom position for the restart for Central Cass. Salgado working that cradle, has it locked up, is going to roll him back. A little bit out of position, he's going to reset. Drags him over his knee. Try to squeeze those elbows together, either trap the leg or scoot the hips out, bottom knee in the sides. Picks up 14-0 lead for Salgado, down to 19 seconds to go in the second period. Salgado going to go inside cradle. Lamar's going to power through that, sits out. Salgado's going to go front headlock. Lamar's going to circle up and away. Salgado's going to roll through on top for the win by fall. For Salgado. Go cement mixer over the top. Oh, Hyatt Ersink, another wrestler for the Broncos.
Alex Hansen.
He plays 6 at the Central Cass Letterman's tournament, that 107B bracket. So Broncos with a couple hard-working 7th graders in their squad. Salgado plays 4th, the 107B. Ersink wrestling Alex Hansen, so right away Ersink has a 2-point takedown, picked up 2 near fall. Under a minute now, Ersink gets 2 more near fall for the exposure. Got 2 counts out of it. And down to 43 seconds. Now Ersink's going to try to hook up an armbar. Down to 30 seconds to go first period. Working that far edge of the mat. 6-0 lead for Ursink. Wrestling Alex Hansen for Central Cass. And picks up 3 and 2 more near fall at the end of the period. So 8-0 lead for Ursink. Hansen looks over. He's going to defer going into this, or excuse me, picks neutral going into the second for prelim match. Number 7 on the night for the boys. Hansen dives in. Oh, chin whipped over. So Ursink chin whips over Hansen. Ursink working for the fall. Oh, Ursink goes back to the chin whip. Hooks it up again. He's going to pick up 3 more near fall in the takedown. So that will do it. He wins by fall for Hyatt Ursink.
Winner by fall, Hyatt Ursink.
Nias Lions
Now
wrestling.
Nias Lions, Gallagher, Wheeler.
Gallagher, Cleeler going out. Cleeler for Central Cass, Lions for the Lisbon Broncos. So Cleeler, quick 2-point takedown on Lions. Lions, a 7th grader. Cleeler has a half Nelson hooked up. Lions keeping those hands out in front, not trying to work any hand control underneath. Down to under a minute to go first period. It's a 1-point escape, so a 2-1 lead. For Cleeler. Lions shoots in double leg. Now reshot by Cleeler. That's Lions steps away. 2-1 under 30 seconds to go. Another shot there. Level change. Going to double it up. Takes Lions to the mat. 2-point takedown. So it was all up 4-1. Cleeler has that half Nelson. Lions able to counter it. Now jumps across. Half hooked up. Catches the far wrist. Lions able to defend that. Time expires in the first period. Cleeler working on top. I don't think he stopped the whole time. Just kept on trying to hit breakdowns and pinning combinations. So he starts the second period in the bottom. Lions cautioned. Cleeler up and away, gets those hips cleared, turns into Lions. It's a 5-1 lead. Another nice double shot, turns the corner. Gonna go half Nelson. Lions leads that head, arm over the head. Lions does get belly down, but Cleeler still with the half Nelson. He's gonna get 2 near fall. And the takedown, the 9-1 lead. So down to 47 seconds. We're in the second period. Cleeler working chop and perch, just trying to hook up a chicken wing underneath. See if he can drags it open, has it hooked up. Arm across the back, goes through the wing, across the back. Now catches the far wrist. Walking around with Lions, going to try to power out of it. Able to get those hips up. Culver still driving on the arm bar. The Lions puts that head down in the mat. He's in trouble now, down to 9 seconds. Culver is still walking around. He's going to get Lions 90 degrees here. No near fall. Now he's going to get right at the end of the period. Time expires. Going into the third. Queller for Central Cass takes a 9-1 lead over Lions here in a prelim match. So this is prelim number 8 on the night. We have right around, looks like we have 15. Coiler and another 2-point takedown is going to go right to the half. So good chain wrestling. Swims up to the half. Nelson picks up some near fall. Good position over the top. Lions going to try to roll through. No daylight there. Queller's going to smother over the top. Has the head and arm. Working for the fall on Lions. Official down there taking a peek underneath. He's going to win by fall.
Winner by fall, Gallagher, Wheeler.
So Gallagher-Cleeler wins by fall over Nias Lions. Weston Clausen going back out there for the Lisbon Broncos.
Weston, Clausen, Logan, Anthony. On deck,
And Clausen
Zach
going up against
Ward,
Logan Anthony.
Briley Marr on deck.
Clausen for the Broncos picks up a 2-point takedown off the whistle. Gonna go to armbar now. Switches to 2-on-1. Has it hooked up, is gonna roll through with the tilt. Not able to settle in. Works a crossface over the top. Gonna step around on it. Has it hooked up, under a minute to go, first period. So Weston Clausen wrestling Logan Anthony. Anthony on the bottom position with Clausen, cradles it up. Has it tight. Left shoulder up just by a little bit. Clausen's going to try to stick that chin in the shoulder. Has to scoot those hips out, though, a little bit. Now he scoops his hips out, chin in the shoulder. Official readjusts. Not much daylight down there on that left shoulder. And that's going to do it. Win by fall for Weston Clausen.
Winner by fall,
Second of the night.
Clausen.
So prelim number 10, Zach Ward for the Broncos going out against Briley Mayer.
Now wrestling Zach Ward, Briley Marr. On deck, Riley Lucina, Bentley Thummel.
Ward Marr. Prelim match. Ward drops down in a single leg position, has a head tucked to the inside. Marr's on top. And goes front headlock. Gonna block that shoulder and gets around for a 2-point go behind. Puts him up 2-0. Marr's over Ward. Ward holding his base. He's going to tripod up. Marr gets a little high. He's going to power Ward back down to the mat. Now Marr goes crossface, hard crossface over the top. Ward tries to sit through on it. Marr's going to work screwdriver underneath. Has it hooked up. Down to 33 seconds. Marr's just got to walk around the head. Walk towards the head and get those shoulders flattened out. He's going to pick up near fall, so he has broke the plane. Down to 20 seconds. So it puts him up 5-0. Marr over Zach Ward. Still trying to run it around. Ward's going to get up to his base. Time expires in the first. A 5-0 lead from our over Ward. Green's choice, he defers going into the second period. Ward right away. It's a stand-up. Amar crunched over the top, has Ward's head tucked in underneath. Now Ward's going to go inside cradle. And has that head in the hole position, but Mar's able to maintain control of the leg. Going to try to turn the corner on Ward. Ward grabs the ankle. Gets stepped around behind. He's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. Brings that to a 5-2 lead. Mar is up over Ward. Ward on top in the yellow singlet. Ward has a half Nelson, has a far wrist caught, has a half Nelson buried in deep. He's going to give up on it. Goes back, riding up over the top of the hips. He's down by 3 at the end of the second period. Ward again gets caught underneath. Mar's going to stand up, but Ward's going to maintains control. As Mar broke back down here near the edge of the mat. In the third period, he's down by 3 points. Bronco bench looking on with Ward here in this prelim match. Down by 3 points with 1:04 to go in the third period. And Ward's going to go right side ride, going to chop at the arm. Has this ankle spiked in the back, but Myers able to get stood up. Ward drops down to an ankle, returns him to the mat. Ward just has to work up here now, arm around the waist and drive into him. He can get an exposure here with 43 seconds to go. Oh, coaching for Center Cass wisely tells Myers just to go belly down. Ward was able to react a little faster. He'd possibly scored some near fall on that. Now down to 28 seconds. Ward's on top, trying to work a power half. That forearm in the back of the head, going to try to shove it down to the mat. Grab your wrist, coming up underneath with the half. Now down to 15 seconds. And Ward goes crossface, trying to hook up a screwdriver. Going to go over the top here, sets up a cow catcher. Going to try to bowl it over. Head in the hole. Has a inside cradle locked up, but he's going to run out of time. That's a 5-2 decision win for Mar.
Winner by decision, Riley.
Over Zach Ward.
Now wrestling Riley Lucina.
So Riley Lucina now going out. Riley's second match, Bentley Tummel.
Riley Miller on deck.
Lucina doubles it up. Lucina's going to go up 2-0. Try to dig out this wrist. He was trying to go hammerlock across the back. Now he's going to go crossface. Hazlet looked up, is going to run up towards the head with the crossface cradle. Use those long arms to reach through. Hazlet cradled up here with 45 seconds to go in the first period. And squeeze those elbows together and pick up the fall. It picks up the fall.
Winner by fall, Riley.
So Lucina with the fall in the prelim. We're going to step away, take another word from our sponsors. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Hey, welcome back. You're YourLiveEvent.com. Sports announcer guy Brent Dick. In the first period of this prelim, Rommerman hit a nice head and arm. Drops Miller to his back, working for the fall, and he'll get the fall in the first period with the minute mark.
Winner by fall, Amos Rommerman.
Your scoreboard sponsor once again tonight is Bank North. A recap by Olson Accounting.
Now wrestling, Hyatt Ursink, Jacob Urbach. On deck, Gabe Gruba, Ivan Kuhn. On deck.
So Hyatt Ursink wrestling Jacob Urbach, prelim number 13. Urbach, little sweep single, drops down. He's going to try to crack down Ursink. Ursink's keeping those hips back, goes crossface. Urbach, state qualifier last year for Central Cass. They're working the leg. And Ursink spins around behind, picks up a 2-point takedown. So Ursink able to keep those hips squared up on the mat. Like he did get away with a clasp, so it is clasping. Ursink on top. Younger brother, Torrance. Hail from the Fort Ransom area. Down to 36 seconds in the first period. Ursink's going to have a 2-1 lead. That clasping violation after the takedown. Mat return, so Ursink locks up with a good mat return. The Broncos varsity getting set here to come out for their run out. The duel's probably right around 15 minutes away. Maybe 20 minutes. We're working through our prelims, so Ursink's going to take 2-1 lead into the second period. He's up over Jacob Urbach. The last two prelims of the night, Gabe Gruba. Looks like Ivan Kuhn. And then Micah Fromke wrestled Mason Lamar. So now Ursink has a high crotch, tries to turn the corner, gets able to turn the corner, drops Urbach down for a 2-point takedown. Ursink trying to work arm lever. Urbach stands up, Ursink mat return. Drew's dad, Mike Urbach, sitting over here on the Central Cass side. He grew up in the house straight across from the high school, so a pretty sweet location. You roll out of bed at about 8:30, and you're in school by 8:35. Ursink still up. He's up 4-1. Down to 15 seconds. The final 10, Ursink with a lot of pressure, has an armbar hooked up just keeping that head nose of Urbach kind of buried in the mat. Now Urbach's able to get a little separation, but he's going to run out of time in a second. We'll start this third period in the neutral position. Now Urbach, another nice single. So he's had some nice single leg shots for Urbach. Trying to crack down the hips of Ursink, but Ursink using that strong core, able to keep those hips away with a good sprawl. Getting a little bit high, is able to crack Urbach down. Now going kind of cross face. It whips him over. So we saw in that first map, Ursink had a couple nice chin whips. He's able to power over Urbach. Up on top, he's going to win by fall. That does it in the third period for Ursink over Urbach.
Now wrestling Gabe Gruba, Ivan Kuhn.
Well, Gabe Gruba right away, warned for stalling, immediately backs up.
Micah Fromke, Mason Lamar on deck.
Gruba's going to hit a duck under. Nice little smooth duck under. He's got to return Lamar down to the mat, or excuse me, Kuhn down to the mat. Kuhn's able to grab that head. Gruba's not. Now he's going to pick up 2 points. So Kuhn grabbed the head of Gruba. Gruba working the wrist, trying to work that arm lever. He tried to turn the corner, not able to. Didn't get that arm straightened out. Goes back to work up over the top, right and over the hips. Gruba now up 2-0 of the first period. Work a breakdown. Trying to get Lamar broke down to the mat. Lamar's trying to fight that in a power half with the leg right in by Gruba. Now Gruba working underneath ball and chain. Going to roll through, so picks up a Blazer Yankee, rolls through on it. Gruba is going to pick up some near fall. He's going to win by pin, just like that. Rolls through with the ball and chain tilt. Wins by fall over Lamar. Or excuse me, over Ivan Kuhn. Now Micah Fromke wrestling Mason Lamar.
Now wrestling Micah Fromke, Mason Lamar.
So this is your final prelim we have on the bout sheet tonight. Fromke and Lamar will step away. Take a word from our sponsors. After this match, Fromke, nice high crotch shot on Lamar, is going to step into it. Going to go half Nelson. Lamar left that arm trapped behind Fromke, or trapped behind Fromke's head. Fromke has sniffed that one out. Good chain wrestling. Locks up a tight half Nelson over the top. Down to a minute to go. A lot of that, if you don't have a plan together, try to hit a chin whip when that arm's trapped in there like that. If you can't hit that, you just got to bail out, roll to your belly. And that'll do it. Micah Fromke wins by fall in the first period. Close things out here tonight with our prelims.
Micah Fromke.
That wraps up the prelim matches between Centracast and Lisbon. We'll take a word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com and come back for our boys varsity duel tonight between the Lisbon Broncos and the Centracast Squirrels.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance, Lance Gullison Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let the staff at Lance Gullison Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon or email lance.gullison@fumic.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com. As we jump into tax season, let's approach it with the same enthusiasm as your favorite sports teams. Olson Accounting dribbles through piles of paperwork and pins down deductions like a pro. They aim to come out on top and stick a refund. Tax season is about strategy and teamwork. Olson Accounting trains to be the best in class. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise July 23rd to August 4th. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ for more information and to watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
All right, welcome back here. North Dakota Class B Group Boys Wrestling tonight with the Central Cass Squirrels versus the Lisbon Broncos. Broncos hail from the Southeast region of the Class B. And they have the East region Class A Central Cass Squirrels. Squirrels was their first year of Class A wrestling. Last year placed fourth in the state dual team tournament. The Broncos, state champions in state dual team, placed second. On the individual side, runner-up to the Salem Holsteins. Central Cass last year scored 54 points at the state tournament, 13th place on the individual side. Broncos bring a 5-0 dual record in the Southeast region, 10-3 overall. Central Cass 2-5 in Class A. The Broncos' most recent dual victories picked up wins over Kindred and Napoleon on the 9th of January. Central Cass, their most recent win was on the 19th of December versus Wahpeton. They won that duel 48-21 and also picked up a win on the 8th of December over Bishop Ryan, 48-30. Coming into tonight's duel, Central Cass 2-5 Broncos sitting at 10-3 overall. Lisbon Broncos with those 7 returning state qualifiers, 4 of those state place winners. Central Cass 7 returning state qualifiers, 2 state place winners. The Broncos with Grayson Lyons, Noah Anderson, Cashton Wadeson, Griffin Greenlee, Blaze Ranky, Mike Nelson, Drew Anderson, with Nelson, Greenlee, Ranky, and Anderson, Noah Anderson, all returning state place winners for the Broncos. Central Cass with Drew Urbach, Grady Link, Brady Peterson, Pate Lamar, Kate Olson, Tinglestead, Jalen Baumgarten, and Stone Thornton are returning state qualifiers with Kate Olson, Tinglestead, and Stone Thornton returning state place winners for Central Cass. You're looking at some of your matchups tonight. I'm not sure we're going to see some of these key matchups we kind of looked at earlier tonight. We have 114 or some of our ranked wrestlers. We'll just start off at 107 with Ian Anderson for the Broncos, ranked number 2 at 107, 114. Number 5 is Cruz Ranky. Nobody ranked at 121 for either team. 127, we had Cashton Wadeson, number 1 ranked wrestler. He's going to wrestle Brady Peterson, but looks like Wadeson's out of the lineup. And Ryan Olson, tonight we'll see Brady Peterson at 127 pounds. Peterson ranked number 4 for Class A, representing Central Cass. He's a senior. Ryan Eng, normally at 133, is going to bump up tonight to 139. So Gabe Gruba going to fill in for the Broncos at 133, but Eng ranked number 3 on the Class B side at 133. And Grady Link for Central Cass, honorable mention ranking for Central Cass on the Class A side at 133. So Gabe Gruba looks like he'll have to face Grady Link for Central Cass. 139. Griffin Greenlee normally in the spot, but with Eng filling in, so Engel is going to bump up to 39. Greenlee, the latest poll, he is ranked number 2 at 139 pounds. 145, nobody ranked. 152, Blaze Rankin, number 1 at 152, Class B. 160, Eli Lyons, ranked number 3 at 160. 172 is Mike Nelson, another ranked matchup here between Nelson and Kate Olson Tinglestead, so we should see that one should happen tonight. Nelson, number 1 ranked at 172 pounds, Class B, wrestling Olson Tinglestead, number 7 for Class A.
Just an 8th grade game.
189, Matt Schwab for the Broncos stepping in the lineup, making his debut at 189 pounds. Had wrestled 172 a little bit for the Broncos, and at 189 tonight. Not ranked, but we also have Drew Anderson for the Broncos, ranked number 7 at 215 pounds. So those are some of your matchup and your ranked wrestlers into tonight's duel between Central Cass Squirrels and Lisbon Broncos. So getting ready for your starting lineups between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Lisbon Broncos. Right now, the announcers just going through some of their upcoming events. The Broncos back in action against EEK and Lemoore for duels on Thursday. And then we have wrestling for the Storehog Invitational Tournament. Storehog Invitational Tournament starts Friday with the boys, and the boys and girls both wrestle on Saturday. Here inside the Lisbon Gymnasium, over in the old Omni, the refurbished Armory. So if you haven't been over there, good chance to stop in for the tournament and take a look at what they've done to the Armory over there. Nice job refurbishing, getting that ready for another 50 years of service over there in the Armory.
Okay, we're going to start at 107.
So now into our face-off. Just look at our starting lineups once again. 107 pounds is Ian Anderson. He's going to go up against Jorison from Central Cass. 114 pounds is Cruz Ranke for the Broncos, wrestling John Call. 121, the matchup on the card tonight is Grayson Lyons, wrestling Ben Quittschrager. 127 is Ryan and Olson, wrestling Brady Peterson. 133, Gabe Gruba versus Grady Link. 139, Ryan Eng versus Peyton Lamar. 145, Jordan Dick versus Hunter Parisian. 152 is Blaze Ranke for the Broncos, taking on Aiden Tummel for Central Cass. 160, Eli Lyons versus Aiden Aarons for Central Cass. Mike Nelson for the Broncos, Kate Olson Tinglestead. Ranked matchup, one of the matches of the night at 172 pounds. 189, Matt Schwab wrestling Caden Granger. 215, Drew Anderson for the Broncos, wrestling McCoy Ferguson, and then Aiden Hinkle at 289 for the, or 285 for the Broncos. And Central Cass is open at 285. So those are your starting lineups. Going to step away, take a word from our sponsors. Come back here for a duel tonight between the Lisbon Broncos and the Central Cass Squirrels.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Join us at the Avalon Event Center in Fargo, North Dakota, January 17th for Winter Conference 2024. You'll hear from precision planting engineers and staff on new technologies, inputs, and practices. This year will also include a question and answer session with local growers sharing their experiences. Winter Conference 2024, January 17th at the Avalon Center in Fargo, North Dakota. To register, visit planterdoc.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
All right, welcome back to your11.com. Sports announcer guy Brent Dick with the call tonight for a duel between Central Cass and the Lisbon Broncos. On your11.com, starting the duel at 107 pounds. Your Bank North scoreboard, Lisbon is the home team. They have the green, their signal with the green band.
107 pounders.
So here with your 107-pound match between Jorison and Anderson.
For Central Cass, Derek Jorison. For Lisbon, Ian Anderson.
Anderson for the Broncos. Ranked number 2 at 107 pounds on the Class B side. Jorison here for Class A Central Cass. Anderson right away. There works that head in the hole. An inside cradle position. Can pick up 2-point takedown. Jorson tries to stand up, and Anderson clamps down across the top. He has Cradle locked up, going to squeeze the elbows together, working for the fall. The left shoulder up just by a little bit on Jorson. Anderson, the first 3 seconds, has 5 points. He's up 5-0. So Anderson now working inside Cradle on Jorson. Jorson able to counter that, now working crossface across the top, has a screwdriver locked up. Kind of forcing the screwdriver, so Cradle's there if he walks back around. Sometimes wrestlers get focused on that screwdriver and try to force it. Allows that other bottom wrestler to stand up, pressure into it and stand up. A lot of times you just have to recognize, get back around. The Cradle's there when they're countering. Jorson gets stood up, 1-point escape, 5-1 lead now. Jorson able to put a point on the board at the 32nd mark of our remaining of our first period. Jorson tried to change levels. Anderson head and arm. His underhook here on the near side. Collar tie on the far side. Jorson drops down both knees. Anderson's going. Tried to come up over the top. Now Jorson working underneath. Jorson, a little bit of a reach advantage on Anderson. Little level change. Anderson backs out down to 4 seconds of the first period. It's a 5-1 lead. 5-1 lead for Anderson. His choice. He chooses bottom. We'll give Anderson 2-point. Take down 3 near fall. Jorson with the 1-point escape. For that 5-1 lead for Anderson going into the second. Anderson in the bottom position. Jorson, the first 10 seconds, able to break Anderson belly down. Anderson now able to get those hips back up. Momentarily builds the base. And Jorson breaks him back down. Now Anderson on the built it up. Jorson has the armbar locked up on the far side, catches the near wrist. Anderson counters out, stretches out that arm, counters it. Now has a little bit of wrist control, is going to try to pass that. Jorson able to tie up that ankle on the far side of Anderson. Now Anderson's going to tripod up. Under a minute to go in the second period. Jorson goes to work on the arm. Anderson's going to get hips away. Stands up, faces Jorson for a 1-point escape. Anderson wades in. Horns locked on that in near center of the mat. So Jorson, a level change, takes a swipe at the ankle on Anderson. He steps in again, little head and arm action by Anderson is going to whip down Jorson. 2-point takedown. Puts Anderson up 8-1. Anderson opened up with a takedown 3 near fall in the first. Jorson answers with an escape midway through the first period. Finished out the period 5-1 lead for Ian Anderson. Now Anderson with the escape and the takedown. Puts him up 8-1. Starting the neutral position. Anderson working front headlock. Now goes double unders on Jorson. Jorson trying to say Anderson powers him in. Toes in the mat. Working the pinning combination. Anderson toeing the line. He got called out. So he picks up 2 takedown. Anderson wasn't able to drag him back in. Jorson once again, kind of lazy stand up, head to knee. Anderson clamps down across the top. Now Anderson trying to drag over Jorson. Jorson trying to keep those hips Velcro to the mat. Now Anderson's going to turn him over. Minute 10 remaining in this third period. Anderson's going to build up his lead here with the near fall. Going to go bottom knee in the side. The forehead and the temple. Going to try to scoot those hips out. Jorson still fighting down underneath. Trying to break the hands of Anderson. He's going to get 3 near fall. A 13-1 lead for Anderson. And Anderson now, Jorson learned his lesson on that stand-up. Anderson not able to clamp down this time. A little better position for Jorson on the stand-up. They get called out of bounds. So blood time here inside the Lisbon Gymnasium for Ian Anderson. Will step away. Anderson leads the match 13-1, 107 pounds. Our opening match of the duel. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com. And we return to the Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Your 107-pound match. Ian Anderson for Lisbon Broncos has a 13-1 lead. At 35 seconds remaining on the third period. Jorson with the kind of quick sit. Tried to hit a switch off the whistle. Anderson follows him back around now. Working half Nelson on the far side. Has spiral the wrist. The near side. Down to 20 seconds. Jorson working hand control. They're going to try to get a little separation. Anderson goes 2-on-1. Down to 10 seconds. Jorson's going to counter. Anderson's going arm back in the forehead of Jorson, but that'll do it for the match. So it's 13-1. Honey Badger Anderson for the Broncos wins by major decision.
Winner by decision, Ian Anderson.
So now Broncos up 4-0 with that win by major decision.
Now wrestling.
114 pounds. Cruz ranking for the Broncos, ranked number 5, North Dakota Class B Dakota Grappler rankings. Sporting a 19-7 record, and 8th grader for the Broncos. Wrestling John Call. Ranky drops down, has high crotch locked up. Gonna double up, so runs over Call for a 2-point takedown. He's up 2-0. The wrestlers call all the bounce. Broncos lead the duel 4-0. Rankies works crossface as Call broke belly down. And Call able to work some hand control underneath, gets it broke. Now Ranky chops the arm. Back to the crossface, going to walk it up, kind of run up towards the head. Trying to lock those hands together. A minute left on the clock for Ranky in the first period. He's up 2-0, he's going to sit back with it. And Call's able to roll through. Ranky's got to reset those hips. So Call, a little bit of a counter there, kind of took the momentum and powered through on Ranky. Ranky gets those hips reset. Going to give it another try. He's going to roll Call over. Call's going to fight off his back, going to pick up a 2-point count. Now Ranky's going to reset, going to try to walk towards the head. Breaks the hold, 2-point near fall. Final 20 seconds of the first period. Ranky working armbar near side. Call defending that. Ranky spikes the back leg. He's going to extend it out here. He grabs the far shoulder. Just try to walk that out on Call. Call's going to escape here with the 4, down by 4 going into the second. The Squirrels' choice. Call chicks. John Call for Central Cass picks neutral to start out. Level change off the whistle for Call. Gets stood back up. Ranky feints. Now resets. Dives in. And Call steps away on Ranky. Ranky blocks that with the down block. Here's going to come back up to a high crotch. Powers into it. Doubles up on it. Right at the tiptoe of the line. Gets arms around the waist. Establishes control. And wrestlers go out of bounds. So Cruz Ranky, the 6-0 lead. We are at 114 pounds. The Broncos have a 4-0 lead. Major decision by Ian Anderson at 107 pounds over Jorison. Anderson led 8-1, closed it out with a 13-1 decision. Major decision win. Jorison's going to get a 1-point escape. Call's going to get a 1-point escape. Ranky passes the arm. Dives in on a double leg on Call. Now he's going to go forklift position. Goes 2-on-1. Try to crack down Call. Hooks the ankle. Is going to go arm around the waist. Ranky gets arm around the waist. Turns the corner for 2 points. Ranky with 3 takedowns in the match. 2 near fall. Now goes leg ride. Has that leg buried in deep. Call tries to sit out. Counter that by grabbing that ankle. Trying to elevate, but runs out of time. Third period, Ranky chooses bottom position. Ranky takes an 8-1 lead into the third. Right away, tripods up, turns into Call. Call's going to drop down to the ankle. Call working a 2-on-1 near side. Tried to dig the wrist out. Ranky had some hand control. Now Call's trying to go a leg ride. Ranky sits into it. Call's working over the top with a power half. And broke Ranky down. Has double legs in, up over the top on the hips of Ranky. Call trying to put on a little bit of punishment here on Ranky within the third period, down to a minute 15 to go. He leads 8-1. Cruz Ranky in the bottom position, yellow singlet with the red trim. Now has a crossface going double legs again on Ranky. The Call getting a little bit high over the top. Now sets those hips back. Gets Ranky broke belly down with 57 seconds remaining. Trying to stretch Ranky out. And Ranky gets broke back up to his base. Now Call goes crossface, hard crossface. Ranky working underneath. Not much movement from Cruz Ranky right now. Call has this ankle on the near side in the back picked or spiked. Ranky still head down in the mat. Trying to recover from that double leg ride. Now is able to pick the head up. Call goes back to the double legs. Cracks Ranky right back down to the mat. How's that power half? Hooked up, the arm stretched out. Ranky survives the third period on the bottom. So it's an 8-1 win by decision for Cruz Ranky.
Winner by decision, Cruz Ranky.
Broncos up 7-0.
Update on the basketball game up north. Halfway through quarter number 2, Central Cass 26, Lisbon 15. 121 pounds.
So moving up 121 pounds. That puts the Broncos up with that win by decision. Cruz Ranke 7-0. 21 pounds. We have Quit Schreiber going up against Grayson Lyons. Grayson Lyons for the Broncos. Quit Schreiber for Central Cass. Broncos lead on the Bank North scoreboard 7-0. The wrestler still holding the center of the mat. Now working collar ties, break back apart. Quitschreiger, level change, kind of dives in, backs out to that sprawl by Lyons. Now Lyons, there goes knee pick. Quitschreiger grabbed the head of Lyons, had him in a scramble position. Lyons going to come out with a 2-point takedown. Lyons work at half Nelson on the far side. Quitschreiger's trying to counter that, reaching up for the wrist. Lyons going to try to drag him over. Quitschreiger is scrapping with Lyons right now. Lyons mat return. Lyons trying to hit an arm bar on the near side. Now goes leg ride. Working that far wrist to Quitschreiger. Going to try to stretch this out. Now that's Quitschreiger going to his back, so Lyons with the leg ride. Gets Quitschreiger stretched out. Lyons is going to try to walk this out. Going to pick up 3 near fall for Lyons. Lyons grabs a 5-0 lead. Final 5 seconds of the first period. Quitschreiger not able to get up. Lyons working the legs. Time runs out on the clock. Red's choice, they defer over to Lyons. Lyons looks at the bench, he picks neutral. Nope, picks bottom. So Lyons goes bottom with a 5-0 lead. Quitschreiger right now, that first period handful for Lyons, but Lyons powers up with a stand up and hips away for the 1-point escape. Lyons in on a double leg, turns the corner, picks up 2-point takedown. We do have a stalling. Lyons is up 8-0. Take down a 3 near fall in the first. Take down an escape in the second period. In the top position with the minute 20 mark, the second period. 121 pounds. Broncos opened it up with a major decision win by Ian Anderson over Jorson. Cruz Ranke won by decision over John Call at 114. Now Grayson Lyons, cradle hooked up. Has the leg trapped. Left shoulder up, not by much. Now he's going to scoot those hips out, chin in the shoulder. And try to get those shoulders flattened out. On Quitschreiger. Quitschreiger able to get belly down. Lyons picks up 3 near fall. As he breaks the hole, goes back to that leg ride. Hits a half Nelson, power half locked up. That was the 3 near fall. Locks up this power half on Quitschreiger. Puts Lyons up now 11-0 with those 3 near fall. Lyons trying to go guillotine. Is going to try to sit back on Quitschreiger. Gets him over. The Lyons has to watch out so he doesn't pin himself. And win by fall for your Grayson Lions.
Winner by fall.
In the third period, 7 seconds left on the clock. So Lions 5:53 with the pin. Ryan Olson going out. Brady Peterson.
Brady Peterson for Lisbon, Ryan Olson.
Peterson doubles up on Olson. Return him down to the mat. Works up, has a 2-point lead, 2-0. First 20 seconds. Peterson working for the fall. You're 127 pounds. Well, Peterson kind of going to that killer crab, has the head scooped, arm tucked up by the chin. Olson has a minute. Fight off his back. Left shoulder up just by a little bit. Peterson still up over the top. Olson 50 seconds. The official still down there taking a look at it. Well, Peterson readjusts. It's like those shoulders. Not up by much, so Olson able to keep that arm tucked underneath on that shoulder, left shoulder off the mat. Down to 15 seconds to go in the first period. Peterson with 3 near fall. So Olson's going to make it to the second period. Brady Peterson. Peterson for Central Cass, ranked number 4, Class A. Senior for the Squirrels. So got a false start on. Going to go caution red. So Peterson there with the stand-up. Olson just missed the ankle for the mat return. So Broncos up on the Bank North scoreboard. 13-0 here at 127 pounds. Peterson's up 8-0. And picking up near fall now. Had Olson almost stacked up. Olson able to get those hips back down on the mat. And working that screwdriver. Peterson is up 8-0. Broncos with the dual lead. 13-0 on your Bank North scoreboard. So Peterson now has the armbar locked up. Olson's going to sit up. Oh, almost got the counter on that. Had the right idea as Peterson was turned in the corner. Tried to sit up. Hip heist through on that. Peterson's able to get Olson back down. Now has it locked up. Scoops ahead under 30 seconds to go in the second period. Down to 20 seconds, so Olson using those long arms. Peterson still heavy on the top, down to 13 seconds. Down to 3 seconds here. Official down taking a look, still no call. So 3 more near fall. So Peterson's up 11-0. Chooses top position, working that arm. Trying to go hammerlock across the back of Olsen. Not able to dig it out. Olsen broke belly down. Peterson's going to go Turk the leg. Still trying to work that arm out of Olsen. Olsen not doing much on bottom. Now he's going to rip it across. Goes Nash Hutchmaker on it. Digs it out. Goes baseball bat across. So he's going to pick up some near fall. Now switches to a half Nelson. Down under a minute. Has a cradled up, so catches that near leg. If he gets this elevated, this is going to be flat here. Now Olsen's able to roll through. So Olsen's still fighting off his back. He rolls through, gets belly down. 3 more near fall for Peterson. Oh, Olsen putting up a fight out there. He's down 14-0. But he's not going to give up the pin. Down to 50 seconds. Peterson going on the right side's caution again. So second caution for Peterson. So Olsen stands up. Peterson mat return down to 45 seconds. Goes claw ride. Oh, back to the wrist, trying to dig it out. So Olsen still belly down in the mat, down under 30 seconds to go. Now going ball and chain. Gonna roll over. Picks up his near fall. Is gonna work for the pin. Here on Olsen. Olsen able to stay. Peterson up over the top. Gonna scoop the head down to 9 seconds, 8 seconds here left in the match. Peterson's gonna scoop that arm out. Olsen still fighting. That shoulder, just runs out of time. 3 more near fall. That'll do it. Win by tech fall.
Technical fall. Brady Peterson. Score from up north halfway through the third quarter. Central Cass 33, Lisbon 21.
All right, so that moves us to 133 pounds with Gabe Gruba.
139 pounds.
133.
133 pounds.
So Broncos with an 8-point lead, bonus point win for Central Cass at 127. Grady Link and Gabe Gruba going at it. Grady Link on row bench in Class A at 133. Gabe Gruba for Ryan Eng at 133. So we do get our matchup here. And Link down. The single leg on Eng. Ryan Eng, number 3 for Class B. Catches ahead of Eng. Eng goes down belly, so Eng doesn't give up the takedown. The Link state qualifier for Central Cass. Ryan Eng, state runner-up 2 years ago. Takes Link down to the mat, picks up a 2-point takedown, so Ryan Eng not denied the takedown. Fights through it. Eng picks up the takedown. We're at 133 pounds. Eng with the armbar locked up. Not able to get that arm locked up behind the back. Now still working the chop. Link has that far arm. Eng Trapped on the far side, trying to work a Peterson. So Eng's going to go hammerlock across the back. So Eng is up 2-0 with 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Broncos are up on the Bank North scoreboard. Now Eng's going to walk this around, trying to catch the head of Link. Link gets broke back, belly down. Link takes a look at the clock. He's up 2-0. Link able to counter that going into the second period on the Bank North scoreboard. Ryan Eng's up 2-0. Broncos up to do a 13-5. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities we serve. They're more than just a bank. Bank North is a community partner that you can always count on. It's value-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Scoreboard sponsor throughout the season. YourLiveEvent.com is Bank North. The start of this second period at 133 pounds, Eng in the bottom position. Has that arm a Link. He's going to try to pass that Link. Trying to lock a cradle up. Now Eng's able to get those hips away, stands up, trying to double up on Link there on the far edge of the mat. Far center edge. Eng doubles it up. Link's elevated up. Eng's not able to return him. Now Link has double unders. And down to minute 11, now minute 10. Now Eng gets Link cracked down. Steps around for a 2-point reversal. Eng working that far arm and wrist. It chops it. He's going to go chicken wing, goes knee to knee. He's going to get a tilt and a 2 count. So he picks up 2 on the roll through by Link. Keeps that arm hammerlock behind the head. Link kind of able to roll through on that, get called out of bounds. So Eng with 2 near fall. So Eng's built a 6-0 lead in the second period over Grady Link. Honorable mention, Dakota grappler Grady Link wrestling Class B Ryan Eng, number 3. Eng started the season at 145, wrestling 33. After the Christmas break, Link with a sit-out. Rolls through, Eng still working the near side. Time expires, Eng takes a 6-0 lead with Squirrel's choice. So Grady Link going to take top position on Ryan Eng. Eng with 4 more points in the second. Scored a takedown in the first after a good scramble on that near center edge of the mat, or far center edge of the mat. Picks up a reversal on 2 near fall. So Eng again traps the wrist on the far side, going to try to get those hips out. Nice little arm spin back around for a 2-point reversal for Ryan Eng. So Link once again trying that Peterson to lock up that elbow on Eng. Eng's able to keep those hips back, has this ankle spiked. Now Eng going chicken wing near the near side. Going to put a lot of pressure, going to try to knee it over. Now has Link broke down, going to bring him back around. So Eng right now has an 8-0 lead. Have this arm. Now if he keeps that arm locked behind and try to swim over the top across the chin, he's going to do that. Just missed it. Link's still able to get belly down. Now Eng, hammerlock, across the back, is going to hook it up. Has it hooked up, goes out front. Going to try to turn over Link, but they get stopped just as Link stands up. Potentially dangerous call. So down to 34 seconds, Eng up 8-0. Now Link's going to try to sit through. Eng catches him. Has it head and arm locked up on Link, who's going to have some near fall coming his way. Oh, Eng is going to just try to settle in here. Link's going to try to come out. Eng has it locked up tight. He's going to pick up 3 near fall. He's going to try to go for the fall here to end the period. Then the third period, time's going to expire. The Link's going to get out of here. Ryan Eng with the major decision, 11-0.
Winner by decision, Ryan Eng. 139 pounds.
So Ryan Eng with your win by major decision, 17-5. Broncos pick up 4 more points. The duel. We're at 139. So Gabe Garuba, 139. Lamar for Central Cass. Lamar doubles it up. Nice double leg blast for Lamar. Takes Gruber to the mat. So Lamar working up over the top, down to a minute to go first period. Working far edge of the mat. They're called out just as Lamar is working a tilt on that far edge. A restart back in the center of the mat with 30 seconds to go here for Gruba for the Broncos. Lamar from Central Cass at 139. Back to the restart. Power stand up by Gruba. Quick mat return by Lamar. Gruba kind of turtled up, gets a stall warning on the bottom as he wings down. Now Gruba gets those hips away, reaches in. Lamar going hammerlock across the far side, gets Gruba broke back down, but time expires. Takes a 2-0 lead. Gruba defers over to Lamar. Lamar picks neutral to start the second. Lamar aggressive collar tie. Gruba circles back to the yellow stripe. Now goes into Lamar. Gonna snap him down. Lamar, nice duck under. Super duck turns the corner for a 2-point takedown. So he's up 4-0. Your Bank North scoreboard, 139 pounds. Your Olson Accounting recap of our duel starting at 107 pounds. It was Ian Anderson, winner by major decision over Jorson at 107. Now Lamar is going to run around the top. Going to pick up some near fall here on Gabe Gruba. Now settles in, now goes up over the top, grabs the chin. Gruba's going to try to roll through Lamar here tight, and he's going to win by fall for Peyton Lamar in the second period. So 17-11 the dual score. Going into 145 pounds, Jordan Dick, Hunter Parisian.
For Central Cass, Hunter Parisian. For Lisbon, Jordan Dick.
So going through your Olson County recap of the duel up to this point at 145 pounds, Cruz Ranke wins by decision over John Call by 8-1 decision. Grayson Lyons wins by fall, 5:53 mark over Ben Quitterschreiger. So Jordan Dick escapes there just as they roll out of bounds. Got back around behind Parisian. And Jordan Dick going at it here near center edge of the mat. Going back into the duel, Ryan Olson and Brady Peterson squared off at 127. Peterson picks up a tech fall. Puts the first points on the board for Central Cass. That was a 13-5 score at 127. 133 pounds, Ryan Eng wins by major decision over Grady Link, 11-0. At 139, it was Peyton Lamar, winner by fall over Gabe Gruba, 17-11 dual score. 145, Jordan Dick and Hunter Parisian squaring off here. That was your Olson County recap of our duel up to 145 pounds. Jordan Dick's going to hit a nice dump. Parisian goes down to the mat. 2-point takedown for Jordan Dick. Jordan crossface on the far side. Has the cradle locked up, is going to step over. Goes hip to hip. Has it locked up tight. Gets Parisian going over. Jordan Dick has the knee in the backside. Going to try to stabilize this. Parisian able to power out of it. Picks up his near fall. And Jordan's got to seg those hips out a little bit sooner and get that bottom knee in the side. So now he's up 5-0. 15 seconds. Parisian hits a stand-up here. He's going to try to score at the end of the period. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape. 145. Now goes a twister over the top here. Cement mixer. Parisian wants to go toe-to-toe here. Pulling out the big moves. Well, something Jordan Dick has to squirrel away. It's close going into the third and you're on your feet. Just stay away from the tie-ups if you have the lead. Well, Jordan, nice sit out here by Parisian. He's going to get those hips turned away, so he's going to pick up a 1-point escape back to their feet. A nice hit out to sit out to a stand-up by Parisian. So we're in the second period, minute 22. Bank North scoreboard 17-11 dual score. Jordan Dick's up in the match here at 145, 5-2 over Hunter Parisian for Central Cass. Dick, another dump. Picks up a 2-point takedown. So back in control on top. He's up 7-2. Another stand up by Parisian. Parisian, Jordan Dick go back to the center of the mat. Down to 35 seconds, second period. Wrestlers back away, coming over here to the near center. Dick's going to back out of bounds for a restart back to the center of the mat. Jordan Dick up right now 7-3. Parisian with 3 escapes. Dick with 2 takedowns and 3 near fall. Working a Russian tie. Parisian's going to try to drop down to an ankle pick. Dick steps away here. Now call warrant for stalling. Tries to counter. Parisian's going to come out the back door here. Down to 10 seconds. Going to try to score at the end of the period. He pulls out far center edge for a 2-point takedown. Closes it within 2. So the officials, the coach and the official. So Jordan Dick chooses bottom position to start our third period. He's down by 2 to Hunter Parisian. 145 pounds. Jordan Dick stands up, trying to get those hips away. Parisian mat return. Little suplex mat return. Oh, working this far wrist, has it barred up on Jordan Dick. Trying to go ball and chain underneath. Jordan Dick has to work some hand control, get a little hand control underneath. Letting Parisian control. Now Jordan Dick's going to stand up, gets an escape. So Dick has a 3-point lead. So let's see if he kept that back in his mind now. Down to minute 12 to stay away from those tie-ups with Parisian. Parisian shows he has a good cement mixer. Tried it 2 times, just missing. See if third time's a charge for him. He's working overtie. Collar going to try to duck under, drops levels. Dick's going to try to turn the corner. Now goes this back to his high crotch. Going to try to dump Parisian. Parisian's going to try to stop it. Going to get called out of bounds with 48 seconds remaining in the third period. Parisian quickly back to the center, hands on the hips. Jordan Dick, little adjustment to the knee pad, walks back. Parisian, that's Jordan Dick with a stall warning on him. Takes a couple steps back, has to circle in. Ian Parisian back up, go back into it. Jordan Dick circles back. Last 30 seconds. Parisian working that Russian tie. Jordan Dick's going to drop down, misses the dump. Parisian going to try to turn the corner. They get called out of bounds. Dick, coach is trying to tell him stay away from that tie up. Just circle out there. Now down to 15 seconds. Parisian goes into Jordan Dick. Dick backing up. Dick has to circle. Going to get warned for stalling. Goes double overs. Parisian's going to try double unders on Jordan Dick. Steps over. Going to get the 2-point takedown. So we have 1 point for the stall. Dick with the takedown. So 10-6, 145 pounds. Parisian stands up, steps around right away off the whistle. Jordan Dick gives up the 2-point reversal, but he'll win the match 10-8.
Jordan Dick. Update from up north, end of 3. Central Cast 49, Lisbon 45.
So Broncos 9-point lead, 20-11, going into 152 pounds with Blaze Ranke.
Central Cass, Aiden Thummel.
So that's going to be
Blaze,
Ranke and Tummel. Ranke, number 1 ranked wrestler, 152 pounds. Both wrestlers, they drop down, change levels for the double. Ranke doubles it up, going to crack him down, turns the corner for 2-point takedown. Ranke super ducks under, turns the corner. Edge of the mat, still trying to work up here. He's going to get the, now gets 2-point takedown. Oh. So Ranke with the technical violation at the end of that. Exchange 4-2. Ranke's has chicken wing locked up, tried to sit back with Tummel. As half Nelson And bar half locked up. Tummel's going to try to bridge through. Ranke's going to set back. Goes Killer Crab on it. Tummel's going to roll through. So 3 near fall for Ranke, down to 30 seconds. Ranke now has the cradle locked up on the far side. So you're at 152 pounds. Ranke and Aiden Tummel. Blaze Ranke is going to win by fall.
Winner by fall, Blaze Ranke.
So 26-11 going down to 160 pounds.
£160 for Central Cass, Adrian Aarons, Lisbon Eli Lyon.
So Adrian Aarons and Eli Lyons. Lyons picking up the number 3 spot in the DG Grapple rankings for Class B. And Waggle going at it for that 3 and 4 spot. Right now, Lyons with the 3 spot. They're tied up in that series 1 apiece, each with a pin over the other. The Lions with the 2-point takedown opens it up. We get a potentially dangerous call. His arm trapped. Well, Lions hooks up the chicken wing. Good hand fighting by Aarons here with Lions. Lions going to return him to the mat. Still had that arm locked up on that mat return, going ball and chain underneath. Working on their chin. Now has a tilt hooked up with the ball and chain. He's going to pick up his near fall on the edge. So he picks up 2 near fall. And he keeps that chicken wing. No, doesn't have the ball and chain anymore. Has a chicken wing, but not going to get his near fall for that. So Lions with the near fall. Now he's going to walk it around his head with the pinning combination. Going to try to stretch this arm out. Scoops the chin up over the top. Going to settle in. Under 30 seconds to go in this first period. So Eli Lyons up over the top working for the fall. And trying to put the Broncos up at 6 more points. Their lead 32-11.
Winner by fall, Eli Lyon.
And Mike Nelson.
172 pounds.
Let me see who we got out here. We got Madden Schwab going out. So Madden Schwab going out at 172 for Mike Nelson.
Caden Olson Tinglestead.
Going up against Kate Olson Tinglestead.
Madden Schwab.
The wrestler is out of bounds. No position given up. Schwab on his knees now stood up, backs the edge of the mat, now tries to circle in. Tinglestead blocks him off. He drops down to double on Schwab. Schwab wading into Kate Olson Tinglestead. Each with over-unders. Schwab going to try to throw, gets Tinglestead up and over. Tinglestead able to seg those hips back right on the line as they go out of bounds. So Okay, number 7 for Class A at 172. Matt Schwab on the roster on the ticket here tonight at 189 is dropping down. Nelson's may go up. So we have stalling on red as he backs out. Gets out of that head and arm, kind of chin whip position by Schwab. Little snap down. Gets Schwab, broke down to the mat. Nice little snap down there. And go behind. Olsen Tingelsted's going to go double leg ride on Schwab. Schwab's going to ride this one out on the bottom. Tinglested takes a 2-0 lead. Schwab in the top position. Cade Olsen Tinglested with his 8th place finish last year at the state tournament. Well, Tinglested calls the clasping before the referee can get around and take a look at it. Now he's trying to dump Schwab down, has him down to the hip, trying to turn the corner. Schwab gives up the takedown right away, rolls over into the legs. Tinglested going to try to walk that out, resets the hip, has this half Nelson buried in deep. He's up 6-0. So it has 3 near fall coming. Schwab tries to roll through. Tinglested catches the arm. Schwab gets back belly down. So Schwab fighting through that. No pinning combination. Tinglested takes a look up at the clock. 9-0 lead. Bank North scoreboard. Lisbon's up in the duel 32-11. Now has chicken wing locked up arm bar. Drops the wrist. Going to try to walk this around the head and just ease it over. Shoulders going over. He's up 9-0. Down to 30 seconds. Schwab's shoulders not up by much. Official down there taking a look, slaps the mat. That does it at 172 pounds. So 6 more points on the board. So 32-17 coming out of 172, heading into 189. Mike Nelson going out there.
For Central Cass, Caden Graber. For Lisbon, Mike Nelson.
Graber, Nelson. Nelson, number 1, 172. Moving up, taking on Caden Graber. Little Jordan Burrows. Turns into a low double. Picks up his 2 points. So Nelson, a tripod stand up by Graber. Nelson hits that crossface going hip to hip. He's going to try to sit back with it. Rolls through, does a suicide roll through on it. Has it locked up tight. Going to go chin in the shoulder and wins by fall for Mike Nelson.
Winner by fall, Mike Nelson.
38-17, the dual score. Brings us to 215.
Central Cass, McCoy Ferguson. For Lisbon, Drew Anderson.
Drew Anderson, number 7 DG Grappa rankings. Russell and Ferguson, McCoy Ferguson for Central Cass. Anderson aggressive on the collar ties. And Anderson, that head and arm, is able to sag those hips back, counters it. Takes Ferguson down for the 2-point takedown. Anderson trying to work a half, now goes crossface. That far leg. And posted up by the head of Ferguson. Now Anderson working that power half. Has that head buried in the mat, not able to get it hooked up. Comes back to the near side. Ferguson still broke belly down at the minute mark. Wrestler's working back towards the center of the mat. Well, Ferguson gets those hips turned. Anderson got high on Ferguson. He's going to lose position. 1-point escape for Ferguson. Ferguson wades back into Anderson. Anderson goes over unders. Pushes Ferguson out of bounds, back for the neutral restart. Little duck under attempt. Anderson able to get his hips turned back towards Ferguson and squared up. Down to 10 seconds. And time runs out with the 2-1 lead for Drew Anderson over McCoy Ferguson. Ferguson shows he chooses bottom to start the second. Little chin drop action by Anderson on that sit-up by Ferguson. And you got that arm of Ferguson. Potentially dangerous. No near fall. A lot of work and back exposure for no near fall, going to the potentially dangerous call by the official. Well, Anderson now working the arm bar. Has it hooked up. Ferguson's going to counter, hips away. Now Anderson back to it, hips away again. Anderson's going to step across, goes bar half. Has the half Nelson buried in deep. Is going to stretch out the arm. Ferguson, that arm's caught again. Ferguson's going to try to roll through on Anderson. Anderson's now high up over the top. Ferguson must be double jointed up in the shoulders. They're getting stretched out here. Doesn't seem to have much effect on him. So picks up 2 near fall for Anderson. We're in the second period, minute 3 to go. A restart, 4-1. Lead for Anderson. Ferguson trying to stand up. Gets that post, the outside leg, gets stood up, hips away. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape. 4-2 down under 45 seconds to go in the second period at 215 pounds. Drew Anderson 4-2 on the Bank North scoreboard. Broncos up in the duel 38-17. Ferguson hits a duck under. Anderson's going head and arm, catches it. And both wrestlers. Oh, that head does slip out. So Anderson now going Peterson. So Anderson's going to pick up 2 takedown, 3 near fall. And now blood time called on the mat here. The Bank North scoreboard. Anderson's up 9-2. 12 seconds left in the second period. Broncos up in the duel 38-17. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com. take a word from our sponsors. Come back for the remainder of this 215-pound match between Drew Anderson and McCoy Ferguson.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Back here at the restart after our blood time. Final 5 seconds of the second period. A couple potentially dangerous calls here on pinning combinations as we get set for the third, with Anderson taking a 9-2 lead. This will be the final match of the night here if Hinkle doesn't go out. So Center Cass is open, at least on the card at heavyweight. So now Anderson's trying to Peterson roll through, catches the leg here. Gonna crack down McCoy. Ferguson steps across, trying to work a 2-point reversal. Gets his 2-point reversal here, establishes control on top, arm over. So Anderson working over the top. The crossface now going power half. Puts that forearm in the back of the neck. Ferguson's trying to counter out of that. Still broke belly down. Anderson back to the wrist, trying to dig it out, going power half again. Ferguson still belly down. Now he's going to hip away. Under a minute to go in the third period. 38-17 dual score lead for the Broncos. Anderson a little bit high. Ferguson's going to get him out of position. He's going to roll over the top of Anderson. Anderson's going to sit through here on Ferguson. Down to 40 seconds. 2-point reversal for Ferguson. Makes it 11-4. Arm spin by Anderson. Ferguson gets back around behind him. So Anderson got a little bit high. Things just kind of dragging on. Anderson gets careless, gets high there. Down under 15 seconds. Now Anderson passes the arm over the head and try to get those hips away. Ferguson breaks him belly down to 10 seconds. Crossface over the top by Ferguson. That'll do it here. So Drew Anderson will win by decision 11-4.
Winner by decision.
41-17 score. Going to the 215.
285.
So 285. Center Cass is open. Aiden Hinkle will take the forfeit. 47-17. That's your final dual score here tonight between Central Cass and the Lisbon Broncos on yourliveevent.com. Step away, come back for Olson Accounting recap of our game, of our match tonight between Lisbon Broncos and Central Cass.
Autograph signing by the boys team in the
And then go over and pick our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game and our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game on both the boys and the girls side. So stay tuned, recap of the game, and then your Enbridge Energy and RDK Enterprises Precision Play and Players of the Game. That's coming up on yourliveevent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Welcome to the Empire. We have open gym times and 2 full courts with 6 basketball hoops. Court rentals are available. You can even host your own tournaments. Memberships are available. The Emperor's Club. Hone your skills and improve your game. Basketball and volleyball training classes are available now. The Empire, Fargo's newest sports complex.
At Enbridge, we...
All right, welcome back here, Lisbon High School Gymnasium. That's your final score tonight for the boys' duel here inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium on YourLiveEvent.com. 47-17 win for the Broncos over the Central Cass Squirrels. Lisbon representing Class B. Central Cass out of the East Region to Class A in that duel tonight. Broncos pick up the win, 47-17. They're going to improve that duel record. You're unofficially to 11-3 overall. So I may have that wrong, but 11-3. Central Cass is going to drop down to 2-6 overall in duels. So that's just my research online, trying to pick up all the duel scores. And that's what we have here unofficially. Broncos 11-3 overall. Central Cass 2-6 in duels. Here after at the conclusion here of our duel tonight. So you're with your Olson Accounting halftime show. If you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. So Olson Accounting, normal sponsors of our halftime show for basketball, boys and girls basketball, also our football games. We're going to give them the Olson Accounting recap of our duels for wrestling. So that is Cindy Olson and Olson Accounting sponsoring athletics on YourLiveEvent.com. So big shout out to them once again, and also Bank North for our scoreboard sponsor. We're Olson Accounting recap here tonight. 107 pounds. Ian Anderson opened up the scoring for the Broncos. Win by a major decision, 13-1 over Jorson of Central Cass. Put the Broncos up 4-0. Cruz Ranke won by decision 8-1 over John Call of Central Cass. Broncos increased the lead 7-0. Broncos go 3 wins unanswered with Grayson Lyons. Winner by fall at the 5:53 mark of the third period. Picks up 6 more points on the board. Broncos go up 13-0. Brady Peterson comes through. Wins by tech foul over Ryan Olson. Ryan Olson not giving up the pin, though. Peterson with several pinning combinations. Ryan Olson just not going to lay down for Peterson tonight, making it a difficult match. So made him work all the all the time off on the clock, going all 3 periods with Brady Peterson. Peterson ranked for Class A at 127-pound, number 4. Ryan Eng coming in off the JV tonight, in for Cashton Waitson. So that moved the dual score 13-5 there with that win by tech fall from Brady Peterson. 133 pounds. He had a good match here between Ryan Eng and Grady Link till Eng breaks it open in the second period. So Ryan wins that by major decision, 11-0. Ryan Eng ranked number 3 for Class B at 133, and Grady Link, honorable mention ranking in Class A at 133 pounds. Dual score 17-5 in favor of the Broncos. Gabe Gruba and Peyton Lamar go at it. So Peyton Lamar able, after that first period, it was a 2-0 lead for Lamar, but Lamar picks up the fall in the second period. Dual score is 6 more points on there for Central Cass, 17-11, going to 145 pounds. Back and forth battle between Jordan Dick and Hunter Parisian. Final score 10-8 in favor of Jordan Dick. He wins by decision over Hunter Parisian. Broncos put 3 more points on the board with that decision, 20-11. Blaze Ranke picks up the pin at 152 pounds over Aiden Tummel in the first period. Broncos increase that lead now 26-11. Starting to push things out of reach at 160 pounds with the win by fall in the first period by Eli Lyons over Adrian Aarons. Then Madden Schwab steps in at 172 pounds, goes a couple periods, or a period and a half, with Kate Olsen-Tinglestead. Olsen-Tinglestead returning state place winner, multi-time state place winner for Central Cass. And a senior, also ranked number 7, Class A for 172 pounds. Madden Schwab, the 8th grader, coming in, gets the call. Olsen-Tinglestead pins Schwab in the second period. Dual score goes to 32-17, and that's where it's going to stay there with the 17 points for Central Cass. Mike Nelson and Drew Anderson picking up wins here in the latter weights, with Nelson over Caden Grauber by pin. Dual score 38-17. Going to 2:15, Drew Anderson, McCoy Ferguson go all 3 periods, with Anderson wins by decision 11-4. Broncos go up 41-17. Then Central Cass is open at 285 for Aiden Hinkle. Picks up 6 more points. It's 47-17 dual score. That's the final here tonight. At your Lisbon High School Gymnasium, the Lisbon Broncos down the Central Cass Squirrels on the boys' side, 47-17. And then your girls' duel. See if we can find the final for that. I do have that here. I think that was 45-24. So, yeah, it was a final 45-24. Central Cass girls over to Lisbon Broncos. The Broncos win the nightcap. Central Cass girls get that first duel with the girls today. 45-24 Broncos tonight. The boys' side, Broncos win 47-17. So your RDK Enterprises or Enbridge Energy player of the game for the girls' side, or the wrestler of the match for the girls' side, that's going to go to Cheyenne Helen at 155 pounds. A key match there. That sealed the win for Central Cass in the duel. She picks up the pin over Ava Carblum at 155. She is your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Big match in the duel, helping seal the win for the Central Cass Squirrels on the girls' side. And your RDK Enterprises precision move of the match, it's going to go to Scout Fredericks, opening up here on the varsity side for Lisbon. Picks up the win by fall. Got the Broncos out to that 6-0 start with that pin over Crandall at 100 pounds. So Scout Fredericks picking up the RDK Enterprises precision play of the game with that fall at 100 pounds for the Broncos, opening up the duel. Then on the boys' side, your Enbridge Energy player of the game goes to Ryan Eng. Ryan Eng picking up the win at 133 pounds tonight over Grady Link. Eng, the number 3 Class B. Grady Link, honorable mention for Class A Dakota Grappler rankings. Ryan Eng coming out victorious in that match. Good scrap of a match there at 133 with Ryan Eng eventually pulling out the win. 11-0, so win by major decision over Grady Link. Put the Broncos up 17-5 in the duel at that point. And then your RDK Enterprises precision play of the game is going to go to Ryan Olson. So Ryan Olson going out there facing Brady Peterson, kind of coming off the bench for the Broncos. Olson not giving up the fall. A frustrating match for Peterson, but sometimes a pin is better than a win in some of these duels, especially when you get into that state tournament. And Olson showing that he's got some fight in there for the Broncos senior. And he is recipient of the RDK Enterprises precision play of the game here tonight. inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium with our duel between Central Cass and Lisbon. Broncos pulling out to Bank North scoreboard 47-17. So congratulations going out to our Enbridge Energy players of the game. Cheyenne Helwin for Central Cass on the girls' side at 155 pounds, and Ryan Ing for the Lisbon Broncos at 133 pounds. Enbridge Energy, life takes energy from Enbridge. It's energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for your career opportunities. And congratulations to our Arctic Enterprises precision plays of the game going out to Scout Fredericks for Lisbon Broncos and Ryan Olson on the boys' side for the Broncos. They pick up your RDK Enterprises precision plays of the game. RDK Enterprises out of Hillsborough and Drayton for precision playing or for precision planning updates and information and questions. Contact RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton. That's RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton. Visit planner.com. They're here to help you. That's RDK Enterprises precision plays of the game. So that wraps it up here inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We're back here on Thursday for the duels triangular between the Lisbon Broncos, the Ellendale Calm Thunder, and the Lemoore Lobos. So more wrestling action here on both boys and girls side inside the gymnasium. Not sure what time the duel start. They started this one a little early tonight. It may happen again there at 5:30 start time, but we'll have to see what the updates are on that. Normal duel start time is 6 o'clock, but may get a little earlier start time depending on what they have for prelims on Thursday. And then we'll have coverage all weekend long on yourliveevent.com. More wrestling here for the Storehog Invitational Tournament inside Lisbon Gymnasium, then over in the Armory. And that's Friday and Saturday of this week. So tune in. More wrestling action here at yourliveevent.com. This is sports announcer guy Brent Dick signing off for the night. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, and see you on Thursday.
Sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance, Lance Gullison Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let the staff at Lance Gullison Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon or email lance.gullison@fumic.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Honesty,